what's going on? Happy Deepavali to all our friends who celebrate, by the way. It is Mr. Young.
That is Ford in the building. How are you, my brother?
I am, not gonna lie, tired. I don't know if this is old man things, but I guess we'll get into it in just a little while because, man, I have so many stories to tell you. We probably won't touch on all the stories, but this past weekend, I got a slice of, shall we say, a very different fandom, but also a lot of similarities to what we love, my brother.
I see. So from what I understand, you were hosting like a convention over the weekend or something?
That's correct. I was one of the main hosts. Actually, I was the main host at Campus Game Fest, which is a big gaming fest that's held at ITE College Central. So it's got that college vibe as well. You got cosplay, you got video games, esports tournaments, card games and board games also. So it's not just digital, you know? So it's like,
damn.
This is what I like to say. It's nerds of all flavors. And I always say nerds with much respect because I'm a giant nerd. I know you are a nerd for wrestling as well. We're all nerds here, bro.
Yeah, man. So, hey, bro, if it's a giant convention for nerds, where's the wrestling booths, bro? Where is the site of wrestling over there, bro?
You know what? I want to make some moves. Maybe next year we pull some strings. Maybe get some wrestling happening at one of these game fests. I think there's a lot of synergy, my brother.
Hey, bro, think about it, bro. All you local wrestling promotions need to do some recruitment drives, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine like a Grapplemax open house or SPW tryout over there? What do you think about that?
Actually, this is nothing new. Remember, SPW has done Singapore Comic Con before.
Yes.
Grapplemax has done, I believe, wasn't it Anime Fest?
Yes, they did it with the Stardom girls, right?
And so there is a lot of synergy between video game culture and quote-unquote nerd culture as well as wrestling. Because a lot of it is dressing up and playing a character. All these cosplayers going on stage, being their best selves, you know? Yeah. And you know what my favorite thing is about it? I learned so much. Personally, I'm not a big anime fan, right? I'm not a big cosplay fan. But seeing these kids get to come on stage and they are not, like a lot of them were very nervous and anxious, got anxiety type, right? But when they are fully dressed, they, play this role, this character. You can see like the sparkle in their eyes, the joy that they have where they might not have in their regular day. And that was very inspiring to me.
I love it. So basically, essentially, they are like, wrestlers going to face an audience. Before they backstage, they are all not themselves. But once they see the spotlight hits them, they're ready to go.
Boom, their energy, their personality, their charisma all comes out. And that, to me, was the most inspiring thing of the whole weekend. It was chaotic AF, though. Not gonna lie, I hosted every day from 9 a.m. to like 10 p.m. almost. On Saturday and Sunday.
Dear God, okay. And that explains why we were promising like a Sunday night podcast. We tried to make it happen, but like, wow, bro, poor thing. Okay, tell us about that delay. What was that all about, bro?
Okay, so you know what? We'll bring on our special guest so he can weigh in on this in just a bit. I don't want to leave him hanging, lah. We do have a guest in the wings, but let me say hello to everybody in chat. First of all, Yeet, Alfred, what's going on? Thanks for being here on this very special Deepavali edition of the podcast. But before we do anything, as always, we got to send some love and shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, Hasif.
Yo, we appreciate you, Hasif. Hasif is a financial advisor who's also an entrepreneur, a fitness enthusiast. If you ever need like a second opinion on your financial portfolio or have a review, you can hit him up. Or if you want to just check with him, stay with Hasif series, bro. Drink some kopi with your bro. You can also chat with him as well. So, bro, he's really open and he's very, very supportive and very curious about our wrestling community. So, bro, I am trying to make some moves and bring him to catch some of the local wrestling shows happening this month, all the big anniversary shows. So, you will definitely see him in person if you're attending these shows. But in the meantime, I hope you guys support him by following him on his socials as well.
Absolutely. And like it says right there, got such thing as free lunch. Yes. And here's the thing, right? First meetup is about the vibes. No talking shop, just chill, see you can connect or not. It's like first date only, but not in that way, bro. Not in that way.
No yeet.
No yeet. But yeah, yeet to dropping him a follow and chatting him up and, just finding out if you guys can vibe, okay? Once again, it's Hasif_captures on Instagram. Drop him a follow and then you got a Google Forms link over here. You can click on that. Bam, that's how you get yourself some free lunch.
Yeah, man, loving it. And of course, if as we are working towards it, we're gonna make some big announcements for our Kick to the Gut Awards / Singapore Wrestler Top 20 reveal. Hopefully, we can do an event. We will have definitely announce the details soon, and maybe we'll even get Hasif there to attend as well, so you can meet him in person. The Shane McMahon of local wrestling and podcasting over here, Mr. Young.
We do guests of honor come on stage, give plug, is it?
Yeah,
You
should
think
be quite
what?
cool, huh? Should be quite cool. Okay,
I
We'll think
think
about
so
it. We'll
too.
think about it.
But I did mention that we have a special guest joining us on the show today. He is our Grapplemax correspondent in full silverback form on a Deepavali morning. Prabu, what's up?
What's good, guys? It's good to be here. Silverback reporting for duty.
I can see myself in your sunglasses, my reflection there.
Bro, I appreciate it, bro. You could be anywhere right now for Deepavali preparing, but somehow you're telling your parents and your family, hey, you wait one corner, let's do a podcast first before visiting. What's up?
Yeah, they are waiting outside actually. It's
Oh
quite-
dear God.
Okay. We chop curry pot, but we always say that it never happens. So, okay, very quickly, I just want to go back. Are you a gamer, Prabu?
No, not really, not much.
So what's
Like,
the
when I was
nerdy-
younger, lah.
Right.
Sorry?
What's the nerdiest thing you do other than, well, I mean, I'm not other than wrestling, but you know what I mean.
Nerdiest thing I do, I watch a few animes here and there. I play like video games here and
Oh,
there.
okay. So, I mean,
never
you would
like-
appreciate something like a cosplay competition, anime festival, that kind of thing, lah.
Yeah, a bit. But not
Yeah.
like deep into the culture.
Right. So, I mean, just going back to what I experienced this past weekend, which was chaotic, right? But I love that everybody was super supportive of each other. I understand that, even within the cosplay scene, there is politics, much like pro wrestling.
Oh, dear
at
God, really?
every level. So it was
Oh,
very
dear
interesting
God.
to be a fly on the wall to just kind of eavesdrop also, I have to say. So, they really reminded me of how all these sort of entertainment properties or styles and niches, they are all a microcosm of life, if you think about it, right? When done well, when the stories are told right.
Bro, give me an example of how is there politics in the cosplay scene or at the event, bro.
Bro, even like I said, in this particular event, there wasn't much politics. Everyone was very supportive of each other, right? But also at the same time, you can tell like some people, they were like the more popular kids. They spent more money, privilege gives you better gear.
Privileged kids.
Yeah, right. And nothing wrong with that. Not that they did anything wrong, but then you have people on the side going, yeah, I spend all the time, but then they just give it to the popular kids, bro. It is what it is.
Wait, my
right?
question is, how are you hearing all these conversations? Did they go to you, the host, and like, hey, Mr. Host, I want to
Bro.
complain.
Bro, I walk around. I'm very observant, my man.
What you're saying is that some cosplayers are underrated workers, some cosplayers are being pushed to the moon.
Yes, deservedly or undeservedly, it is
Oh,
what
that's
it is,
hilarious.
right? Yeah. So yeah,
okay.
there's a lot of links to pro wrestling, essentially.
The-
But yeah, it was fun.
yeah,
I definitely would like to see wrestling being represented at some of these, game fests at some point.
When I got your text, right, like at 10, we're going live, and then you were like, bro, we got a delay because
Oh,
the last segment hasn't even started at like 9 o'clock. What was that all about, bro?
okay. So there was a Valorant tournament that day. I don't know if you guys have played the game Valorant, right?
Familiar, yeah.
Each Valorant match is like 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how the teams go. In football, you got overtime, right? If the score is tied, that kind of thing, right? And it's a best of 3. So the thing is, the first match didn't even start until like 1 hour and a half late because of network issues, right?
Oh, is this happening live? Like
It's happening
online?
live. Yeah, at 9 a.m. it was supposed to kick off. I was there ready to announce everything. Bro, I couldn't announce anything because I had to go outside already. They were starting an hour and a half late. Then, you know what happens? Every time something like this happens, right? 15-minute late, 20-minute late. So everything compounds.
Okay.
By the time the last segment had to go out at 7 p.m., bro, they were still playing the finals. They were just like in the midway point in the final. And it was a weirder situation because it's best of 3. One team had already won. During the finals, we were like, okay, this is the same team that won, please just win so that we don't go overtime. But guess what? The other team won. So we had to go to round 3. Yeah.
Just the two teams were like, yeah, come back. The rest are like, go.
Yeah, we were all like, oh no, this is going forever. So anyway, long
okay.
story short, we basically had a very long night. They ended their final segment at like 12 midnight, which was
God
crazy.
damn. And you went to work the next day, right? On Monday, a full day?
Yeah. No, I woke up early, went to the gym, bro.
Respect.
That is the grind, man. That is the grind.
That is embracing the grind, bro. But I mean, I'm happy for you. I mean, it's a great opportunity. I hope potentially it's a business plans can be made Dealings.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
okay.
Ripping off lyrics. Whose
Gotta be
lyrics were those?
Jay-Z.
Like I don't remember. Some rapper. Was it Jay-Z who said that? I forget. Anyway, let's bring it back to wrestling. Y'all, so much to talk about. Where do we even want to start?
Oh God. Okay, first of all, we have the silverback here. I think it's only right we bring the silverback to the forefront. While your boys were young, I guess, was working, and
Yeah.
I guess I was on my birthday leave. Silverback did the business by attending Grapplemax Amplify, and bro, see what happened on the socials, bro.
Oh, there's a lot to talk about, man. A lot went down this Amplify.
We gotta start from the very, very, very beginning, bro.
But can we say happy birthday to Foreign first of all?
Hey.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, happy birthday for it, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I am the same age as Muhammad Salah, but Muhammad Salah looks like he can be my father, so I have no idea how
What?
to,
Wait.
like confront that, bro.
Is that a footballer?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Liverpool's most famous player, the Arabic player, the
Oh,
Egyptian
okay.
player.
I needed context to that. I'm like, who is
You
this
think
fella he talking about?
Salah just aged really badly, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he had to shave his head and all that. Yeah.
Aiyo.
Yeah, but I shaved my mustache for my birthday because I wanted to minus 5 years. So now I look like a 27-year-old boy.
Wait,
Let's go.
Can we also bring up the fact that I saw you got a PlayStation 5 for your birthday?
I literally have it. Hey, it's just right here. I can start playing games. Yeah,
2K24 tournament when?
yeah, soon. Shout out to my girlfriend for somehow I convinced her to get me a PS5. So girlfriend goals.
The Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah.
No,
but then
it's-
she's like,
What?
games you pay for yourself.
Bro, no my tricks, bro. I had to pay for 2 of her holidays before she agreed.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
This is the reality of being a boyfriend, bro. What you want, right? You must give 3 times, threefold before you get what you want.
That is absolutely true. You wait till the day where she goes, I regret buying it for you because you play too much.
Oh my god! Wow, no.
You
I
know
had
that day coming, bro.
Bro, the first day she bought, I make sure she play first. Now she's addicted to Hogwarts Legacy.
Very good, very good. Well done. My bro
Yeah.
is thinking 5 steps ahead. But let's
We try.
let's talk about Grapplemax Amplify. The road to the 8th anniversary looks like a crazy rocky road. Where do we start, Prabu? What did we miss?
Well, let's start at the opening match. So you guys might remember doing the interview with Jordan a week back, right?
Yep.
And Jordan was talking about how he just has no respect for Joses,
Yeah.
just dislike Joses intensely.
Mm-hmm.
First match on the card, Jordan versus Joses.
Damn, we kicked off with Jordan, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Damn, okay.
So what happened was I showed up to the building and I see someone who's not booked to wrestle on the card warming up outside the studio.
Oh?
See Julian,
Oh.
he's not booked to wrestle, and I see Julian in his tights, in his wrestling gear.
Okay.
So what happens is, some of you may know, Joses unfortunately has been injured.
Oh,
He sustained
no.
an injury during training, and so Julian stepped up as a last minute replacement.
Oh shit.
Ah.
In the week leading up to Amplify, Joses got
right.
injured.
Yeah,
Get
say
well
the
soon,
last
Joses,
60
yeah.
minutes of the match, yeah.
Alright,
Big shout out to Julian, that's all he does. He's the most reliable member of Showtime Inc. So, yeah, so what happened was that I sat down to go watch the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like 5 minutes before the show starts, I realized, oh shit, like I need to pee. So I go outside, and Julian is warming up outside, and then we start talking because we haven't talked in a while.
Yeah.
Talk, go pee, come back, talk. His music starts playing, and then I realized, oh shit, like I can't go back to sit down in my seat now. I happen to have these shades with me because I had them for the last interview that I did with you guys.
Yeah.
So I just joined him for his entrance as if like we planned it.
Oh my
It's
god.
completely unplanned. And then we went back to sit at my seat. Like we had to disguise that moment there.
There you go. But a little behind the scenes reality for you guys who are wondering about that.
Right, but okay,
wow,
so
okay.
I have to speak about the match itself, right?
Mm-mm.
Yep.
It was a really, really good match.
Okay.
Mm.
And like just everything, technically sound, good story, good ups and downs, good ebbs and flows, everything. And even like when they did botch a move, they recovered it just like that. I thought it was a really good display for both guys.
Wait, what
And-
word is that? I thought that word don't exist. I thought, everything happens for a reason on.
What, botch?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, what? No, I mean it happens, runway models botch and fall off the runway,
Hey, come on. Hey,
It happens in real sports.
speaking of ensuring that this is live, right, and this is not a botch, our end boss just texted and say like, "Is this live?" So can we just give a shout out to our
Yes,
end boss who's probably
it
watching
is.
right now?
Absolutely live on
Yeah,
a
it's live,
Thursday morning, on Deepavali morning.
Probably he's taking notes to ensure like none of this kayfabe is being broken.
Yeah, he's gonna look bad for my return if I don't get a good
Yeah.
showing here.
Hey, talk to me about how Jordan was returning after, what was it, like 8 months?
Yeah, 8 months. So, okay, Jordan is like I don't know if I've told you this guys this before, but I've always felt Jordan is one of the best athletes on the roster in
Yes.
terms of speed, power, agility, just everything put together, right?
Mhm.
He displayed all of that like in that match. Like his suplexes were great, standing vertical suplex, everything was like really, really good.
Yeah.
And Jordan was actually very sick on the day of the match.
Oh.
Oh wow, for
Yeah,
his
so
return match.
yeah, he was sick. His opponent disappeared last minute. So a lot of things could have potentially went wrong, but I have to give my kudos to these two guys. They really pulled out a great match.
Mhm.
And so at the end of the day, Jordan rolled Julian up for the win. I think the count was a bit fast, might have been a bit fast, but hey, you know what? The ref awarded the win to Jordan. All right.
Yeah, man, and I really appreciate like your coverage of the show. But I wanted to ask as well. I guess historically, traditionally, Showtime's Julian is a heel, right? And of course,
Yes.
Jordan is coming back as a heel. So like, how was that dynamic like? If for those who weren't there.
Right. So I think the fans are not quite sure whether to cheer or boo him just yet, right? Because
Mm.
anytime a heel returns, like you've seen it when Triple H came back, like
Oh.
even though you left as a heel,
Mm.
you've been gone long enough, they'll start cheering you.
Okay, it's the
Yeah.
Roman Reigns effect, lah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
there is that sort of they weren't sure because he cut heel promos on Jose's.
Yep.
He
Mm.
talked shit about him on the podcast, but then he shows up and I think he's working the crowd like a face,
Yeah.
like hyping them up. He's like
Interesting. Okay.
heel star, yeah.
So is it a case of like Jordan's absence making the hype grow fonder? People were missing him, or was it like just the way he wrestled kind of changed to fit the I guess the dynamic that now Julian was the heel in this match?
I think it's a bit of both. I think the fans were excited to see him back.
Mm.
His style of wrestling has always been a very Will Ospreay-ish babyface kind of style of wrestling anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and then when you put him, if he had faced Joseph, he might have gotten a bit more heat from the crowd because Joseph is a very beloved upping,
Yep.
right?
That's
But
that's true.
Julian is he's very well established, so the crowd had an easier time picking who to cheer between Julian and John.
I think
Okay,
it's
okay.
one of those, it really does come across as one of those situations where, last minute bopi and you had to put somebody in there. And unfortunately, that somebody was a very established heel, like you were saying, right? So yeah, it actually makes perfect sense that this would have happened. Plus, you got the return effect. Plus, you got Jordan looking as the best
As
he's
good as
ever
that.
looked, right? Dude's bulked up and everything. He looks legit.
Yeah, and he has a very babyface like moveset style of wrestling, so I think they can run with it,
I
Even if
wonder
they don't go
if this
with it.
changes any plans. These plans are all written out in pencil, as they say in the industry. So I wonder if now got to turn around and then eraser a bit, Oh, okay, we were planning for him to come back and beat up an old uncle and get heat, but now he's getting cheered. So I don't know, maybe the Oppa might make a comeback.
Oh,
In-
we'll have to see, man.
Interesting.
We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out.
I got something I wanted to bring up though, right?
Yeah.
And shout out to Prabu, when he attended the show, he took down notes, he gave his review, he put it as part of the Singapore Wrestler Top 20. And you spoke a lot, and I'm like analyzing the words, right? But
Yeah.
one thing that caught my eye, you gave a lot of praise to Jordan, but you gave a higher star rating to Julian. Can I just confirm that this was your objective opinion?
Hey, what are you trying to suggest? What are you trying to suggest?
What
Hey,
we may or may not be saying is, was there an extra star given for a Showtime Inc.?
No, okay. I will be the objective
Association?
silverback. I'll be the objective silverback, and I will say that I think Julian has better ring psychology than Jordan. He did more to control the pace and the flow of the match. And
I
he's developed it
see.
over time because he got scolded and lectured by Dave countless times until finally, it's drilled into him now.
Osmosis.
Yeah, I've always said this, right? A good heel makes the job so much easier for a babyface. If a heel can dictate the heat, get people pissed off, and then feed the babyface into making the comebacks and whatnot, it makes the match so much easier. And I'm actually not surprised to hear you say that because we've always said right here on the podcast, right? And Julian, one of those very underrated heels,
Yes,
where he's just doing his thing, but he does it so well.
Right, and he
Yeah.
has a bit of that Shelton Benjamin Dolph Ziggler problem where he
Mm.
can do a lot of moves. He's very athletic,
Yeah.
but he's good at making other people look good, sometimes
Yes.
to his own detriment.
Yes,
But I think
exactly.
now he's figured out how to get more out of doing less, like the simple things, just
Mm.
put the guy in a choke, grind him down, foot on the ropes. It's simple
Yeah.
thing. He's
Yeah.
put it down really well.
We got a certain Muhammad Fakri Muhammad asking this question. And I think it should be directed to Prabu. Are there any plans to add new members to Showtime Inc. in the future? Here on
Why,
the
bro?
live
You want
chat.
to join? You want to join? What's going on?
Sorry, what's his name again?
Bro, not my name, bro. It's Muhammad. It's I'm not coming
No, yeah, no,
this
what's his
shit up,
name?
bro.
Yeah, I can respond to him directly.
Fakri.
Yes, Fakri. If you would like to join Showtime Inc., please send in your CV and resume with an attached picture of yourself to our Instagram account. HR will review your application and we'll see if you can join our summer internship next year.
I see.
Summer internship.
Yeah,
Can
because
he?
our intern is gone overseas now,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
is
true.
it?
Sure. There's an opening, right? Kelvin
There's
is
an opening,
gone.
there's an opening.
Wait, where did he go? Is he gone like for a few months or?
Oh, he's on the Showtime Inc. Cultural Exchange Program.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Mr.
in
Young, you haven't been seeing
Glasgow.
his socials, bro. He's in Scotland.
Scotland.
Scotland wrestling in the one of the famous
ICW,
wrestling
yeah.
schools there, right? ICW.
Wow.
Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre's home promotion, bro.
Wow, I can't wait for him to come back and become like the Scottish Singaporean psychopath or something like that. Some hybrid.
The Singaporean Xiao ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. Yeah, Fakri, I think that your question was answered. No expected salary. He can't give an expected income, right? He wants.
You know, you need to.
There is
Huh?
I'm still expecting my salary now, so we still have expected salary.
Oh dear God.
And
Okay.
You have to prove yourself first. That's what it is.
Yes,
Showtime
yes.
Inc. is a prove yourself kind of place. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about this match before we move on to the next?
Yeah, Jordan just loves to get his shit in, This is how he is.
We have established that he's very big on his strikes and his hard hittingness.
Yeah. So there you go. Our winner for the opening match, it was Jordan. Okay, come, let's move
Yeah.
on. Tiebreaker singles match, Sarah versus Ming Rui. Tell us about it.
Right, so this match is between two women who are very familiar with each other, Sarah and Ming. I mean, unfortunately, the women's division, in fact, in most pro wrestling promotions, is quite small. So they are very familiar with each other because they've had to face each other many times.
Yeah.
So these two women, I think they really demonstrated improved character work. Like in the opening parts of the match and even towards the ending, they really worked the crowd. They really played their characters well. I think they did a good job of that because it shows now that they have a better understanding of how the audience relates to them and how the audience interacts with them. And they did try a bunch of new moves that I've not seen them pull out before, like a kind of like a sunset flip kind of thing. I think they did towards the end.
Okay.
That was interesting. Yeah, it was not the best match that the two have ever had, I have to say, to be honest.
Okay. But one thing you brought up in your notes was that there was a certain appearance from a tag team partner, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on this, right? Like, Ships Ahoy being the way that they are, mixed tag. Was there any sort of interference happening through this match?
Yeah, because Mingre actually hit Christian by accident, by purpose, who knows? But Christian, he got his revenge back at the end of the match because he did help Sarah secure the pin on Mingre.
Oh, it feels very Ships Ahoy, if you know what I mean.
It does.
Because they're so like fresh face, baby face, do-gooders, that kind of thing. So it seems a little bit like, what's going on there?
Hey, you don't know, man. Christian might have that mean streak to him. You never know. These pirates cannot be trusted.
Bro, you've seen Damage Control, how they just turn on a dime.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
but it will be interesting because if they do want to go with Ships Ahoy as a heel team, it'll be an interesting dynamic. Christian, I think, has a lot of potential as a heel. I don't know if the audience will boo Sarah. Like, she will have to do some really dastardly things to get them against it.
Exactly.
Prabu, Sarah as a heel, I knew it all along.
Why? Because she called you out, is it?
No. Because she displayed heelish tendencies in her promo to me for no reason.
This is phone cannot leave that behind. Yeah, come on, let it go. You gotta let it go.
I'm like Bobby Heenan.
Free.
Bobby Heenan. He was like, I think was it when Hulk Hogan came into the ring for WCW, right? And then he aligned with the outsiders, and he was like, I knew it.
Yeah.
No good, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Right,
Just doing my best Bobby Heenan impression.
There you go. There's a bit of a deep cut there. Okay, so the assisted roll up, that's what you were talking about. Like,
Yeah,
how did that happen?
Oh, they were rolling each other up. That's what happened.
So,
They
so
were
wait.
exchanging
Then
roll-ups,
Christian just
exchanging
pushed.
roll-ups.
So did he
No,
hold down her leg or what?
Sarah rolled her up, and then Christian grabbed her hand when
Ah,
and like secured her against the ropes, kind of thing.
I
right,
love it.
right.
I
Held
love
her
it.
down, basically.
Hey,
So the
referee Kayu lah. Referee Kayu
who-
moment. Who was the ref?
Who's the ref? I want to ask.
Who's the ref?
I want to say Dennis. Yeah, probably the lady killer.
Oh, crypto.
Crypto, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe
Look, you
he
better
was-
not. I better not talk too much. I might get another spear.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking about his investments at the back of his head.
Yeah, then he like missed it. Like, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go. Your winner for that match, Sarah Coldheart. Interesting to see where this leads them, by the way. Is Ming Ray looking for a partner? You know, she's tag team with several people before.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
will
Ming Ray
she...
looking for revenge against Ships Ahoy. She needs a partner.
Exactly. Who? Okay, let's move on to the next match. Is the NWE graduation match. Aussie, now legitimately crowned Australian, apparently.
Debatable.
I'm still skeptical. Versus Justin and Simon Sia. Talk to us about it while I let my doggo out the door. She needs to go out.
Go for it.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Yang. So this is the first time the crowd has seen Justin, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
really, really impressed, I think, a lot of people. He was super over with the crowd, chanting his name, and he really got over in the ring.
Tell us about his style or like how he came across in the ring, you know?
Right, okay. So you see Justin at first glance, right? He's a very ordinary looking Singapore Chinese boy.
Okay.
But he is very good in the ring. He was very smooth in the ring, very technically sound. And I think he had very believable body language, which is something that is not easy to do.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to do the moves, but to do the moves and sort of convey your emotions through your body language is quite surprisingly hard. And he did just that. I also have to unfortunately give credit to the Outback duo
Okay.
because they worked the match in such a way that they really let Justin shine where he's strong, but they also covered up whatever he was weak at.
Right.
Which
I
is,
see.
like at this point of the game, it would be his character work, personality, etc., etc.
Yeah,
Can we
you have
talk
to remember
about-
this is a graduation match after all. But go ahead.
Yeah. Can we talk about Simon as well? How did
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
perform in
for
this match?
Oh, Simon is, I think, he is actually getting over with the crowd as well. He has this new like fight kind of chant, and the crowd chants along with him. Yeah, Simon, I've always said he is a very good high flyer because he has very aggressive nature. Like he approaches wrestling matches like it really is a fight.
Yeah.
There is a logic to the way he does his flippy moves, as opposed to a lot of high flyers that don't. Like, you know what, Mr. Yang, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No,
He does stand out.
He gives me vibes of I wouldn't even say Leo Rush. Who's the other guy that sounds like Leo Rush?
Darby lah, bro. I've always said he gives me Darby Allin vibes.
He's more like Darby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of Leon Ruff. I don't know whether you guys watch enough NXT.
Oh
2.0.
my god.
Yeah.
I don't
that-
think he's there anymore, is he?
Yeah, he's
Leon
not there
Ruff guy?
anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember what was memorable about him, his run was like he was really good at taking a ass kicking where his body just like, you know, like fold up like accordion like that.
Yep.
Yeah, but like remember he was the guy that had the NXT title and he was so skinny that he fell down his
Right.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the heart that he showed, you know, his fighting spirit, I think Simon has it in buckets. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Simon has a lot of personality, and I have to say, right, the Aussies, I think at this point they're veterans. They're not real Australians, but they are real veteran wrestlers, and they fed for the offense. They took the bumps. They let the baby faces shine, but then they cut them off when it was time to cut them off.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of tension between Sean and YC. I mean, the crowd just is not in love with Sean at all.
Yeah.
That's-
I love
that-
They
it.
like
that's
YC, but Sean,
Oh yeah. See, that's the part I wanted to, get to. Is like, did we see more tension between the two? It was Sean doing his thing again, where he puts YC in danger just to get the win, sort of a situation.
not as much. Not as
Okay.
much. Today, unfortunately they were more or less on the same page. They had a match this time.
Okay.
Is it
okay.
And I
because
have to
they
say, right,
because they know that there's another big show on the horizon? If anything were to happen, it should happen on that show, right?
I think it's because they have to be on the same page. They got a title match coming up soon.
Yeah.
So
correct.
maybe they went to couples therapy and they worked out the issues.
Yeah.
But I have to I think this was my match of the night.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's not often that you'll see a debut match be a match of the night, but this was.
Okay.
That's
When did
sorry.
they coin their finisher Qantas Airways? Because I'm looking at the results
dear
right now.
God.
It says YC via pinfall with Qantas Airways.
Oh no, Qantas Airways is one of their signatures. It's like, yeah, signature.
It's not even their finisher.
Which
No,
one
no,
is it?
they
Which one is it?
Qantas is a signature. It's like the was it flapjack and then you just drop YC on the other guy. The finisher is,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, the finisher is something else. Is they call it down bad down under ridiculous name. But
oh yes. Okay, I
the
remember.
attitude adjustment into a sit out something.
yep.
Prob,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need your help when I'm like drafting up the final top 20 list. I need everyone's finisher, their names,
yeah.
what they want it to be called. Let us know. Okay, thanks.
I've taken the Qantas Airways a couple of times. There was one like YC like landed right on my nuts. That was terrible.
Oh,
It was close to the finish of the match. So that was okay.
bro, can you help debunk a wrestler dirty secret? I've always wondered, bro.
Yeah.
Do all the wrestlers wrestle with like a, like a cup?
No lah, can see it's quite obvious.
I think one. I don't know. No, I don't. From seeing all of them change in the locker room, no one wears a cup.
No, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Have you ever won a cup before?
No,
Foreign-
I don't
Oh.
wear a cup.
No, I don't need to wear a cup, bro. Come on. what's
Well,
the
I mean, for sports lah. Okay, so when I used to do BJJ, sometimes
Yeah.
you would have to wear a cup. Or kickboxing as well. When we did sparring, we would have to wear a cup, and it's very obvious, bro. It's a big fat. I mean,
It's gone. It's right there.
It's a big fat plastic piece. So all these guys in their tights, if they're wearing a cup, you can see one. It's very hard to
Gotcha.
not see. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you brace yourself if somebody's gonna fly off the top rope onto your body, knowing that there's a 40% chance you might hit your dick?
40%.
The thing is, right, you have to just kick your stomach and keep your arms to your side.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
instinctively you want to bring your arms over and like
Yeah.
cover. But if you do that, it's actually gonna like cause more injury.
Right.
Yeah, I can imagine you can crash on
Yeah,
your
you
arms
do.
and all that.
Yeah.
Damn,
Just,
bro.
just accept the fate and hope that the trajectory hits just right.
Yeah, it's probably the best.
Okay, so let's talk about what happened next, which was a big. Wait, hang on. Let's show the graphics first. Oh, boom, Aussie, big winners right there.
Now we
Okay.
can skip this. Skip. All right.
Next we have Big Dave. All right, he was in action, so that's what it said. Big Dave in action. Who was he in action with?
Yes.
So
Did the
Dave-
sex show happen or not? That's my question.
The what
So-
show?
The sex show.
Oh,
Well,
live. Oh yeah, we speculated.
live sex celebrations. No, Big Dave showed up there. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there was no Big Dave stripping. There was no interpretive dance.
Thank God.
He cut just a douchey promo. He just talked shit to the crowd, talked shit to everyone, and he laid out an open challenge.
Mm.
And who should answer but the man who stabbed Showtime Inc. in the back, SPD.
I was
Oh.
about to say, bro, you need to be as objective as you possibly can, because I know you got Showtime Inc. has a history with this fella, SPD. Talk to us
well,
about SPD showing up to accept the challenge.
So SPD shows up unannounced because no one wants him to be there. He accepts Big
Objective.
Dave's- This is objective. Nobody there. He's not on the card. Nobody paid tickets to see him.
Gotcha, fair enough.
He's a surprise. This
Okay.
is objective, man. So
Okay,
he showed.
go ahead.
He answers the challenge. They
Yes.
have them, and it was a good display of them both. You know how Randy Orton wrestles? He tries to get the most out of doing the least.
Yes.
Yeah.
So both these guys were sort of doing that and trying to display their psychology, trying to get the most out of doing the least.
Yep.
And there is a good reason for that. They're both working injured.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they kind of had to wrestle that style of wrestling.
Interesting. I'm very curious as well, because SPD, of course, the last memorable thing to me that he did was, challenging for the title. He fell a bit of short, and then he kind of
He
had,
felt a lot of shot.
yeah, he did. He lost, like, he lost.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, but he where was he, or where has he been since that time? And like, was he on like some eat, pray, love journey? And like, what does this mean for his return?
If I'm not okay, so he had a match in the Philippines actually, not shortly before he came back to Singapore. So they wouldn't have had time to sit down and like talk things through as well. He actually just got out of the hospital. He had I can't remember what it was. He had some illness he was down with.
Yeah, I
Dave
saw
straight
that.
out of the hospital, SPD straight from the Philippines. I doubt they had time to plan the match one by one, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
Wow.
So they really had to call things on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, much respect to Dave. I saw that photo of him on his hospital bed. He shouldn't have been anywhere near a ring, but there he was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's classic Dave.
Yeah.
Wild.
And-
And of course,
and-
SPD as well.
And then, of course, we see this photo of him in the winning graphic. When was this
It's
photo
actually a great
taken?
pic. I have
I
to
need
say,
to
right,
know.
I do enjoy Dave as a heel more than when he was like the company guy, the baby face,
Oh,
representing.
yeah.
As
100%.
a heel Dave is much closer to his personality
And-
as
Yes.
a regular person.
So you're saying he's a real life douche, lah. That's what you're saying.
He's not
Yeah,
a dude.
very much so, very much so.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Young, don't try to defend. He's admitting it right now.
Shots
Yeah,
thrown. No, I
he-
feel like he's just very much more comfortable being a disturber, a shit stirrer. He's very good at it.
Yeah,
He's-
yeah.
Every time we've interacted with him, Foreign, you
Yeah.
and I, at these live events, he relishes the opportunity he gets to disturb us.
You know what Dave is? Dave is actually a great chicken shit heel, but he's
Really?
trapped in the body of a big man.
Yeah, exactly. He's such a big guy, right? He can't really do the chicken shit heel thing.
Remember, he said that he's one of his big idols or influencers is Kevin Owens.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the more he wrestles in this, like, I don't give a fuck, heelish style, the more I see it, bro. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Perfect description.
Which can
Yeah.
switch him face anytime if he needs to, which
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
really wanna
great.
lean into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What he needs is a Muslim partner, Sami Zayn like, so they
What?
can always love and hate each other. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah, like a best
so-
friend. Like
So
a
they
bro.
can fight forever. Yeah.
Great
Or
lah.
is this your application to grapple
Uh,
back? You want
oh.
a match number 2?
Yeah, let's go.
Bro.
Hey, you know what? Maybe you can join Broken Bat.
Oh my god. Hey, speaking of Broken Bat and his partner, bro, can you give us an update on where Bun has been? Because I think I saw a photo with Greg, and if you're on the check, please let me know. Performing some cultural dance or
Yeah,
hip hop
Bun had
performance?
a dance performance. Yeah.
Oh.
So he wasn't able to make it.
At where was this, or what was this about?
I don't know, man. I'm not on the group chat anymore.
Hey,
what?
you think Prabu is the minder, the manager of everybody? Come
Yeah,
on.
wait.
I'm not like, what do I look like? Bun's keeper. That's Dave. Ask Dave where Bun went.
Wait, you're not on the group chat, so you were kicked out because you're in Showtime, or what's going on,
No.
bro? What-
No, I actually found out that Bun wasn't there like when I
Uh,
the show. You know what I mean?
I see.
Right,
Yeah, I'm not his
right.
keeper, man. Ask Dave.
No, I think in a parallel universe, I would love for Bun to come back as like Scotty 240 and just do hip hop dances and Grandmaster Sexy
What?
dances in the ring.
Bun is a dancer. Did you know that? He can. I don't know if he's gonna do it.
I was there at Singapore Night Festival. Bro was popping and locking
Wait.
and doing.
Oh yeah. He was.
So he's doing like modern, type of dance. Okay, I have the perfect gimmick right now. Hear me out. Let me cook, okay? Jordan and Ban form a K-pop group. Bro, what? One can dance, one got the looks. I don't know if they can sing or not, but who cares? We can auto-tune that shit. How about it? Let's go. Ride the
Yeah, you know,
K-wave.
there was a K-pop there was a K-pop gimmick in SPW like years ago.
Oh
Was
my
it?
God, what happened to it, bro?
I don't know, man. I think they were called like Korean New Style or something.
I think I remember
yeah,
this
I don't know what
shit.
happened to them.
But are they Singaporeans or they like?
Bro, I have no idea. At the time, I was just watching.
Okay, we need an SPW historian on the show one of these days.
Yeah,
for sure.
one of these days, one of these. Okay, let's talk about the next match. It's an international main event.
Oh,
Wow,
wait,
we're at the
we missed out something. We missed
Oh,
out
what did we
something.
miss?
The most important detail of Dave versus SPD was that SPD was just, being the arrogant douchebag that he was getting big for his boots. And Julian showed up to just, humble him.
Oh, okay.
SPD is the
So
attention span of a squirrel.
So this is
So
not
he
over lah.
saw Julian, immediately got distracted. Yeah,
Ah,
he
I
immediately got
see.
distracted. Clown move.
So you're saying that SPD is destined to feud with Showtime forever, like essentially. Yeah.
I would say we have a lot of unfinished business with SPD.
I see.
Because the only member of Showtime Inc. that SPD has faced is the intern Kelvin.
Yep.
Like a guy that had less than a year of experience, and then he's so proud about it, boasting about
Right.
it.
I see.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, so we gotta send Julian the hitman in,
Yeah.
put him in his place.
Bro,
Yeah.
are we going to see a gauntlet match at some point where he has to go through every single member?
You know what that would be? I do like the concept of a gauntlet match. I think we have enough gauntlet matches these days.
Put him
Which is
through the
co-
paces?
I love it. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And maybe you can just bring in like a random like cameo all the way from Scotland. You cannot be
Yeah.
via Zoom via Zoom.
How to
beat him up with the
wrestle via
laptop.
Zoom?
But beat him up with the laptop.
Yeah. It's like
Because a handicap match. too.
yes. So you open up your laptop and then on Zoom is Kelvin. I'm gonna get you. Then you use the laptop, just beat him up. You know what I mean? Like
Walao. Wow.
Good,
virtual
yeah.
beatdown, bro.
This,
Yeah,
this
maybe,
is on par with the
respect.
Invisible Man wrestling match. I'm sure you guys have seen on
Yeah.
on social media. But okay,
Maybe we'll do a 3 versus 1 handicap, I think that'll be a good idea.
I mean, I'm not the booker, but Greg is
Hey,
the booker.
Greg,
He's somewhere here.
you heard? It's my idea, Greg.
I
All
wouldn't. I don't know why he would agree to that. SPD, that is, but okay, maybe for a title shot, in the future.
Yeah. Alfred say Greg could be Dave's Sami Zayn.
Correct.
That history there, huh?
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah,
Okay. Anything else we missed before we hit the main event here?
No, I think it's time for the main event.
It's the
Let's
main
do it.
event. All right, here we go. Wonder Boy and Poppy from Malaysia Pro Wrestling versus
Yes.
Hotshot and Divya.
All right.
Right. Okay, so this is the first time that Hotshot and Divya have teamed up together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I have to say they did work well.
Okay.
But I must say that Wonder Boy and Poppy worked really, really well as a team. They had a lot of tandem offense. Their moves were in sync. Great
Tell
job.
me about the crowd reaction for Poppy.
Oh, the crowd was hot. The crowd was hot.
Okay. Were they cheering? Well, because technically they are the quote unquote foreign heels, right? But
No,
Poppy.
they only booed Wonder Boy. They like Poppy. They just
See
booed
that?
Wonder
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The
But
Julia
first-
effect.
Did Poppy show who was the real baddie of local wrestling?
Right, so I think both her and Divya actually played that sort of baddie character really well.
Uh-huh.
I think Divya actually got the upper hand on her in the ring most of the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But she did a good job of like that sort of kind of chicken shit baddie heel character. Where she would,
okay.
like, talk trash to Divya, and then we're like, oh shit, she's in trouble, tag out.
If you can liken her to like a current, female wrestler, who is she most comparable to
Oh,
her
current
style?
women wrestler.
I cannot say Julia. That was a cop out.
No, it's not Julia. It's
Chelsea Green? No.
Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is good.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
gonna say like a Sasha Banks when she was like a full-on heel.
Oh,
okay.
right.
Like the boss Sasha
the
Banks.
boss. Not
Yeah,
current Sasha Banks. That one not
Not
relevant.
CEO,
No,
lah,
no,
not
no.
CEO. Okay. Gotcha. Talk to us about Wonder Boy, because I find Wonder Boy so interesting because he clearly has the baby face of, like, he has the baby cheeks, right? Looks like a
Yeah.
good boy,
Yeah.
but I mean clearly he's wrestling as a heel, and like it seems to, he almost reminds me of Bo Dallas from NXT. Remember when Bo Dallas had this like I'm a good boy character, but everyone hates
Oh
me?
yeah, believe that kind of character.
Bolieve, yeah, that guy, right? How did he come across to the Singapore fan, and how did he play up to the fact that he's Malaysian?
Yeah, he did. He did play up the fact that he's Malaysian. I think it also helped that this crowd, right, had a lot of SPW wrestlers there. So
Oh.
they know to play along, they booed Wonder Boy, so the rest of the crowd booed Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
I think he does a pretty good job as a heel, but
Mm,
still keeping to his character. Like he talks shit to the crowd,
Mhm.
but he
gotcha.
does it in a way that does not seem out of character for him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I love the fact that they have such a very interesting dynamic, because clearly Wonder Boy is like the good guy, but kind of a dick, and then like it's almost as if Poppy is like the evil woman pulling the strings on him, right? Does it come across that way in this
Actually,
match?
it's like a shit. Have you watched the TV show The Emperor's New Groove?
No.
No.
No, nobody gets the reference. Okay, now.
we try. We I always try to slide references that nobody gets.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
fine. It happens. Yeah.
Yeah. The attempt is there. But okay, then talk to us about Hotshot and Divya's like chemistry, because you said that there was their first time working together. How did they play off each other?
I thought they did well. I had to be honest, I think they didn't. I think Wonder Boy and Poppy were a more synchronized tag team than Hotshot and Divya, which is fine because they are not a dedicated team anyway, right?
Correct.
But individually, I think they both had very strong performances. Divya did a great job with her in-ring work and all that. Hotshot, I mean, as always, he was great in the ring. He out-wrestled Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
And he just the way he works, right? It reminds me a lot of, I've said it before, like Bret Hart.
Yes, I did.
The psychology of how he's not bigger than his opponents usually, but he simply like just outmaneuvers them.
It's very interesting because you always say like he reminds me of Bret Hart, but can I even add a different take on it? I think he reminds me more of Owen Hart.
Okay.
Okay.
Because why I say that is because like while Bret Hart is a great technician, you see his like babyface fire. Bret Hart has this potential to be more ruthless and aggressive and kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
But I feel like babyface Owen Hart fits well with like Hot Shot because he always seems innocent and sincere and genuine.
Yeah.
So
That is a good comparison.
yeah, so but I'm kind of wondering whether he kind of have that. I know he used to be a heel with
Yeah.
with Inglorious, but like
Yep.
if he can have that standalone Dick Owen Hart vibe, right, as a heel, I think that would
He
be
can
hilarious.
because if he does, he's quite ruthless when he cuts his heel promo. Even as a face, actually, he says stuff that sometimes just cuts deep.
Okay,
He
okay.
does have that venom to him.
Yeah, I have a personal connection to Hot Shot because apparently, I mean, I'm not giving away where he lives, but he apparently lives pretty near my girlfriend.
Okay.
So there was at least 2 or 3 times, and I was sending my girlfriend home. I ran into what do you call it, Hot Shot, like jogging around his neighborhood, bro.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, bro, at 11 p.m. jogging is like, oh, somebody's training really hard, doing the work behind the scenes, bro. I'm just gonna want to put it out
But
there.
to be fair, right, this is Singapore. We are small enough that we are all almost kind of living around each other.
Yeah, bro, but I can't run and I run into you at Thompson, bro.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah. But I appreciate the hustle he does, outside the ring. But I think one of the big criticisms we gave on the show is that I personally felt his title reign, even though it's coming up to a year, it's not as memorable as it could have been.
I think that is true. Yeah, I think he didn't have as many big title defenses as Dave had.
Yeah, I did feel that he was missing one big overarching rival, but
Yeah.
can you tell us what happened is that maybe can salvage this?
Yeah, so we're saying Hotshot, he trains hard. And you know what? I'll say one more thing about him. He is of the I would say 3 guys that have been so-called the top guy in Grapplemax, the main eventer, the ace as it were. One of whom we're gonna talk about very soon. Hotshot is the only one of them who actually in real life works a regular 9 to 5
Yep.
while still being the top guy. I think Dave and Carl they had more flexible work schedules, so
Yep.
it really is not easy for a guy to work that draining as 9 to 5.
For sure. Yep.
And then also be the top guy in Grapplemax, and then also work on your conditioning. So he does deserve a lot of respect for that. It's not easy what he does.
Yeah, if nothing else, I respect that. I respect his grind and hustle. I think he's definitely been an exemplary champion in and out of the
Yeah,
ring.
he's an exemplary champion for a lot of the new guys in Grapplemax, but someone
But
who was an exemplary champion for when I was a new guy in Grapplemax, or when Hotshot was a new guy, and the person that was maybe the new guys, the new kids these days, the Devans, the Titus, maybe they don't really look at him as the ace, but my batch of guys, right?
Hang on. Let me get the air horns. Let me get the air horns ready first. Okay, wait,
Christians,
hang on.
Jordans, Sean's, Julian, even Joseph. Listen, this was the guy that was the top guy when we were around. This, ladies and gentlemen, the party starter himself is back. DJ Carl returns. That's right. But wait, don't get the party started just yet because he's not DJ Carl anymore.
ooh,
He's just Carl.
Huh?
he's just Carl.
What happened to
It's
the
just
DJ?
me, Carl. Day
Oh,
one,
no,
it's just
stop.
me, Carl.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just Carl. The party is unfortunately over, my friends.
Okay.
Okay. I want to hear your take in a bit, but from social media, the first thing I saw was like he returned. He was wearing a jacket, very Triple H 2002 style. That was like, ooh, serious Cal. So, was that the bug? Okay, tell us how it led to his appearance.
Yeah, talk to us about the finish of the match first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there was a ref bump in this match. I believe Hotshot accidentally bumped into Dennis. Poor Dennis. It was a rough night for him. He bumped Dennis, and the Malaysians went out. They grabbed the belt, and Poppy, I believe, tossed the belt into the ring. Hotshot Heavyweight Championship. Wonder Boy was about to grab it and use it as a weapon.
Okay.
And luckily, Divya stepped on the belt, stopped him right in time.
Mm.
But it was just a bit too late. The Malaysians landed a double team move on Divya. They got Hotshot with the Wonder Wave, and unfortunately, they got the better of us today.
There you go. Your winners, Wonder Boy and Poppy. Yeah.
I will say, right?
Yeah.
I came away from this match wanting to see 2 separate singles matches. I would love to see Divya and Poppy. I think that would be a great match.
Yeah, that will pop off, if you know what I
That
mean.
will pop off. Yes.
Oh.
And I also think that Wonder Boy and Hotshot would be a great singles match as well. I think that has a lot of potential. But
It's like the 2 aces of the 2 companies, if you think about it too, huh?
it is, yeah. Very much so it is, yes.
Yeah.
Bro, I think Hotshot and Wonder Boy, right, can do like a tour around Southeast Asia and wrestle their match, bro. They can be Randy Orton and John Cena, do a look around Southeast Asia, bro.
Yeah. It could be a battle of the aces, but I think the original ace has something to say about that.
Ah,
Because
yes.
Carl came back and he made his intentions very clear.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So how did it
He
lead to his appearance? Like, okay, first of all, was he even seen anywhere through the night, or did it
Oh,
really
you know
just
what?
appear out
Carl,
of nowhere?
Carl was at he paid a ticket to be at the show. He was sitting in the back row. He was there the whole
Oh.
Oh,
night.
okay.
And then when, the show ends, all the wrestlers come out, and Hot Shot, he's the top guy, right? So he does the show ending address. Oh, thanks for
Yes.
coming, guys. This is our next show, etc., etc., etc. Suddenly I look around, and Carl is like disappeared. Oh, this is a
Mm.
weird time for him to go to the toilet. And then Hot Shot announces, oh, they're bringing back one of our former Grapplemax wrestlers, and then like, I knew what was going on. And
Okay, you didn't know it up until that point.
I'll kayfabe this and say, yeah, I didn't know until that point. But
Okay.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure,
So
for sure.
the music starts playing, the crowd is hyped, they're clapping their hands. DJ Carl comes out, hypes up the crowd. He's embraced by the whole locker room except for Dave. Uh, and everyone is happy to see, the ace of Grapplemax back in the ring.
Mm.
Mm.
But he made his intentions very clear. He straight up just pointed at the belt and told Wilson he was coming for the belt.
Wow.
Then he did
Wow.
something that was quite uncharacteristic of DJ Carl.
Hmm.
He gave him a rider kick straight to the face.
Ooh, Rough Rider. Right to the
Wait,
So
face.
his finisher, the right, is like the Claymore basically. That's his finish.
so
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
sort of got a harder edge, almost a heel Cal. Thus, no more DJ. Thus, no more.
Yeah,
Pow,
the
pow, pow,
party is over,
pow.
man. Party is over.
Bro,
Oh.
I saw the pull apart and like it was wild, right? They were like fighting all the way down to the ringside and like shoving each other, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
owe
no,
each other money
Carl.
like that.
Yeah, Carl was cutting a promo and post-match promo, normal stuff, right?
Right.
But the thing is, Hotshot was there hearing everything that this guy was saying, and
Mm.
Carl was talking like mad shit to Hotshot.
Oh
As like,
shit.
at some point, he just starts like looking off camera and like they're just talking directly back face to face,
Right,
Mm.
right.
mouthing off to each other on camera,
Nice.
and the tensions broke out and started fighting. They escort Carl out of the building.
So
Wow.
this is what I wanted from a hotshot reign, and
Yep.
I'm almost annoyed that I wish this
It came
happened at the
sooner.
start of the year, and this
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
been like
yeah.
a CM Punk Drew McIntyre year-long rivalry.
Okay.
Not too late. I still feel that there's a great opportunity that this can lead to something big, and I saw the updated poster. I love the tease, by the way. Updated poster of the Grapplemax Festival, right?
You mean
Yes,
this
yes,
one
yes.
right here?
Woo!
Yep.
New
So I think
face.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so I think it's pretty obvious what Hotshot is going to be doing at the Grapplemax Pro Wrestling Festival.
look at the intense look on Cal.
Yeah.
No longer the smiley DJ Cal that we used to know, huh? What
Yes.
happened? What happened?
Man, a lot of things will happen, but I
Oh,
will have
man.
to say this, right?
Yeah.
He made his intentions very clear. He said, Hotshot, you might be the champion of Grapplemax, but I am the ace.
Oh.
And there's a lot of truth to what he said because, yeah, Hotshot has been the champion in this new era of Grapplemax, right?
Yeah.
Lest we forget who was the guy that brought us from, the Mets in Victory Center all the way to now.
Yes, DJ Cal, or
Yeah,
Cal
yeah.
as he's known now.
And he's never had the chance to. He's never held the belt, so this could be his time.
Question: how long has it been since he last wrestled Grapplemax? Can I easily say more than a year?
Yeah, his last match I think was May 2023.
Right.
Okay.
That was the one at that different venue, right? With the big screens.
Yeah.
What's the
Settled
name of the
outside.
event?
Settled outside.
Set outside. Yes.
Okay, funny story. I don't know probably whether you were aware of this. You should remember, Young. We wanted to interview Cal
Yeah.
to promote that event,
Yes.
right? But he said, "Oh, sorry, I can't make it," or like. Then he asked somebody else. I can't remember who ended up promoting the event, if you can recall. But we didn't know the context of it. But then we've only found out at Set Outside that he was announcing that he was stepping away
Yeah.
from
Right.
Grapplemax.
He wanted to give the shine to somebody else, lah, basically.
Yeah, I wanted someone else to be put over on the podcast before. So, I mean, that was very gracious of him. But if you want to take even further back, right? Like eons ago, I would say, bro, it's crazy young, but it's been 5 years ago since I had that match, right? That match
Yes.
with Lady Killer.
Yeah.
There was Marina Bay Slam in 2019.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
And do you guys remember who main evented and won that trophy?
DJ Cal. He was the Marina Bay Slam champion. Winner.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah. Yes.
2-day tournament, I remember, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
That
he
was
was
there,
he was the inaugural, Marina Bay Slam champion. At that point in time, they were pushing him hard as the ace. He was just starting out his run, right?
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, blah, blah, blah. And I always felt like while he was the champ, or he was the uncrowned champ because Grapplemax didn't have a championship title at that point in time. He was just like Drew McIntyre and never got his due. Like never got that acknowledgement of like a year-long title run that he could have had.
Yeah.
He was a top guy, but like by the
Wait.
time
That's a very good point because the title didn't even exist then. So
Yes.
now it's almost as if he's coming back saying, hey, I'm here to claim what was mine so many years ago. The reason I never
Correct.
was the open weight champion was because there
Because
was
it didn't
no
exist.
title. Yeah. And now that it's here, hey, gimme.
Yeah.
Yes, and the timing lines up perfectly, right? Because for the longest time he was an uncrowned champion, acknowledged as the top guy, but never had title to show for it.
Yeah.
And when he stepped away, 2023, that was around the time where Grapplemax announced that they had a world title scene. So I can almost imagine if I was in his shoes, I was like, fuck lah, I retire now that you all have a title. What the hell?
Wow.
So he must have been simmering this last 1 year, while doing his own thing. At the back of his mind, maybe did I kind of step away too early?
Well, that's the story that they'll have to tell leading up to the Grapplemax Pro Wrestling Festival, which is the next big event. Once again, let me show you the poster. 16th of November. Very cool. At the Jurong Springs Community Club Multipurpose Hall.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say one more thing about Carl, right? So he's been that thought of him not being champion has probably been simmering at the back of his head even longer, because when we first had the tournament to crown the first openweight champion, I think 2022, he was scheduled to face Hotshot in the first round of the tournament. And he pulled out because he had COVID, and I basically took his spot in the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
So,
right.
but he didn't even have a chance to enter the tournament and win.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
damn.
it stands to reason that
So
probably
much.
he could have won the whole tournament.
Bro,
He
justified
faced Hotshot
Hilton,
twice,
bro.
and he's beat Hotshot twice.
Bro, justified Hilton, bro. He
It's
and
all
Kevin
on-
Owens.
we're
I
all on
understand.
Carl's side. We're all on Carl's side.
Okay, Carl, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, I need you all to sit down together and have a therapy session because you all deserve better. I get you, man. I understand.
Yeah, but this is, I think, going to be the most dangerous challenge to Hotshot's reign thus far, because Carl has beat Hotshot twice thus far.
Yes.
Hotshot has beat him like 0 times.
Damn. Okay, so this this is easily Hotshot's toughest challenge to date, title defense to date as well.
Oh,
Yes,
no
100%.
question about it. No question about it. And I will say that, right, Carl he's bigger, stronger. Like he doesn't do all that high rocks training for nothing, man. He is legit. I think I said Jordan is one of the best athletes in Grapplemax. I think Carl is the best athlete in Grapplemax. So
Wow.
this will be a very, very big challenge for Hotshot. He has to. I mean, I don't think from now to November 16, he suddenly become a better athlete. I think he has to simply just grind on his wrestling technique, and he really, really has to out wrestle Carl and hope that and pray that Carl is rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just got a chat from Greg. Greg, as always, a great fact checker. He said Carl won the number 1 contenders match over Hotshot to face Dave for the title at Circle Outside, but he lost and then left the company. So the title wasn't created after he left. So I had to apologize because, of course, Dave was the original champion. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Right, you're right.
So Dave had the title for a year before Hotshot won it. So
Oh, yes. Thank you for that correction.
But I still want to reiterate the fact, right? Like I do feel again, Carl has a lot of reasons or like justification for pursuing, right? But can I be a typical wrestling shield and like say like what has Carl done to deserve going to the front of the line? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like I know he has history in the past, but it's almost as if he's demanding a title shot. I'm not saying that it's not justified, but I would love to see in the promos like where kind of Hotshot kind of bring it up like, hey bro, you've been away for a year, I've been carrying the company for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That is what as they were exchanging words and shouting at each other when Carl was being dragged out of the building. I do remember like Hotshot saying something like, "Yeah, you just go ahead and leave the same way you left Grapplemax."
Ooh.
Yeah, you know what this feud reminds me of? It really reminds me of Rock and Cena when Rock came back in 2010, I think.
Right.
You know when John Cena said, "You left us high and dry."
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
We might have a late contender to feud of the year if they can build it up big enough.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Because, okay, to be honest, right, I don't know if the audience is ready to hate on Carl.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, right, this guy that they've followed him and seen him grow for so long. They've bought his merchandise, they've taken pictures with him, they brought air horns to his show, danced to his music. And they even cried when he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Oh yeah, people were crying for sure.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
Miss
So-
Elizabeth, bro.
So now that he's back, will the excitement to see an old legend return outweigh their hatred of him
Holy
challenging a new guy.
shit. You know
Mm,
what
Do you
just
get
came
what I
that's
to
mean?
my
true.
mind? You know what
What?
just came to my mind? Rock Hogan
Hogan,
WrestleMania
yeah,
18. That's what you're going
Ah,
for, right?
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Oh, damn. Okay, great.
because I don't know if they're gonna hate Carl all of a sudden.
Bro, if he starts doing this right, then you know he's
Yeah,
listening to this spot. Okay, so can I take a moment to acknowledge Fias because I think he's been waiting for us to acknowledge Fias on the
all right.
chat. He said, "Y'all, walao, you all let Deepavali disturb Prabu, walao, oh, rabak."
Yes,
the
the working
shout out.
conditions here are terrible. I'm being held against my will. Help, please help.
Yes, we have him trapped him in a little box here on the screen.
I'm
Yeah, shout
actually
out to everybody in chat, by the way. Fias, Irvin, Greg. Good to
Oh
see
yeah.
all of you. Referee Ryan's up early in the morning as well.
And Jinping, I think it's the first time I've seen your name. Ni hao, everyone. Whoa, we are really
I think that's bro.
multiracial.
I think that's a troll, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. Ni hao back to everyone. This
China
is
is
Singapore.
watching.
Let's go.
China is watching, huh?
Okay.
Bro,
Okay.
you know
So
who is Xi Jinping, right?
yes, I know. That's why I was
Okay,
saying like,
that
what the
is not. Oh
Hey,
my
you know what?
god.
You can't be too careful. Ni hao, ni hao.
just
Oh
ni
right, in
hao, bro,
case
ni hao.
Just
it turns out he's a big fan of pro wrestling in Singapore, huh?
Mr. Yao, do not do a John Cena, bro. You have to acknowledge everyone.
Okay,
Then
sure.
Ni hao.
Okay,
Ni hao.
okay.
Ni hao, everyone. Okay.
So yes, let's look ahead rather. 16 November, the Pro Wrestling Festival by Grapplemax. Of course, if you take a look at the poster, right? Actually, have any of the matches been announced officially yet?
I don't believe the matches have been announced yet, other than the main event.
Because
Oh no,
okay,
the
I
And
mean,
main
also
event and the
the
triple threat.
exclusive that Jordan gave last week, remember?
Yeah,
mhm,
the
mhm.
triple threat with Shaheen of the Sky, I believe,
Yes.
Simon Kia and Jordan, a triple threat. And then we've got the main event, Broken Bat versus the Aussies for the inaugural Grapplemax Tag Team Championships. And
Correct.
yeah,
Bro.
you want to say something?
Bro, you're telling me the main event is not Hot Shot versus Cal, or are
No,
we gonna have a double header right now? What's going on?
I'm the main event is I'm pretty sure like 90% it's going to be the tag belts because that's the whole arc
Wow.
of
Okay,
this year. Right?
we'll have to wait for Greg to confirm that, but I mean, it's a double main event, however you slice it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bro, this
I-
is more stacked than WrestleMania, bro. I can't wait.
It's a stack card, man. It's a
There
stack
you
card,
go.
and it's Jurong Spring CC, so it's walking distance for me. I can walk there, bro.
And, ooh, if you see
Yeah.
the placement of Julian and SPD, you can kind of assume that that's the match that's going to happen as well. It's because they're on opposing sides of the poster.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Greg just says the whole card is up, fella. So this is
Oh.
officially the match card.
Okay, where is it? Where is it? I need to find it.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
shout out to Nina. Just saw her on the chat. What's up? Aussie for the win. So they are. there are people supporting
Hold on.
Aussie.
Hold on. Let us appreciate Poppy's winning pose here on Instagram. I'm a
Okay.
fan, even though I've never seen her wrestle.
Shout out to Poppy.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay,
Damn good.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Sorry,
where is
just going through the photos here on your Instagram page.
Alfred says I need an Avengers finish. Okay, Grapplemax, you heard them? You heard the listeners?
Oh my gosh.
Please.
And then everybody come out. Greg comes out.
Yeah, we need somebody in Undertaker mask to dong.
Your
come and
head.
upset
You
people.
switch off the light. You go and switch off the lights.
In the CC.
In the CC,
Switch on-
just have a moment.
Yeah, switch on the CC. Who can be the returning legend? Oh, that'd be quite interesting.
Greg Law, he hasn't been
Yeah.
featured in a while, right?
Yeah, that would be quite
That's true.
hilarious.
We haven't seen Remus in a while, so.
Remus, yeah.
Okay. Just start
Okay.
your speculation, guys. I'm down for all of that.
Greg, let us know where the card is so we can talk about the card. We'll talk about the card once we get closer to the event as well, obviously.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think reflecting on Amplify, I think this is a great road to Grapplemax Festival
It is
event.
very much so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a big development, and I think Carl's return really changed the dynamic of everything. I think suddenly the hype is real, right? It's like a Royal Rumble surprise
Yes.
entrant, right?
Yeah.
Nina was asking, are you surprised that there are people supporting Aussie? Excuse you? Yeah, I am surprised.
Well, I mean, we also
I'm
support
completely surprised. I don't know
YC.
why.
We also support
Yeah.
YC. Sean, not so much, lah. But they are, a package. So,
Yeah. I love
Unfortunately, yeah.
I like Australia in general, so
okay.
Yeah, New Zealand's better. New Zealand's better.
yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'll say I can't say too much about YC. YC is gonna be a new dad, but Sean Ash, yeah, he is, yeah.
Oh, congrats! I didn't know. Congrats to YC, new
Yeah,
daddy.
congrats to,
Oh,
baby
yeah.
on. Sean has no excuse. Just despicable behavior.
Yeah, man, terrible, bro. Do not affect that father, man. He needs to be around for his kid.
Toxic relationships. Oh, card is
Uh,
on the PTix page. Okay, hang on. Let me go pull
oh,
that up.
okay, cool. Okay,
Oh yeah, tickets for this show are free, by the way. You would just have to sign up on PTix and redeem themselves.
yeah.
So.
In the meantime, while Young is bringing that up, probably can you tell us more about some of the workshops and like fringe events before the cut that will happen
Right. So
on the festival?
this pro wrestling festival, right? The reason why it's not just anniversary is it's more than just a pro wrestling show.
Yeah,
What we have sort of a pro wrestling workshop earlier in the day, in the afternoon before the actual show starts. So
nice.
you want to come down and you want to learn wrestling, try out a wrist lock, a bump perhaps.
Mm.
It's quite similar to what we do with our open house stuff. It's just that in open house you have, one or two exhibition matches. This time you get some of the training, some of the first-hand experience, and the full anniversary show. So it's going to be a pretty interesting event, and obviously, our goal is always to generate more interest amongst, mainstream people, mainstream
Yes.
crowd with pro wrestling. So I think this is a great way to start.
I love it. And please let everyone know the date as well and
Yeah, 16
where.
November at Jurong Spring CC. And by the way, if there's anyone living in the west side, right, this is a great opportunity for you. And I speak as someone who does live in Jurong West. There is like zero anything pro wrestling related in the west side.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
had
like this is the most convenient thing you can ever get if you want to learn or experience a bit of wrestling in the
we
west
in the
side.
east and central have been
You had
very
it
much
too good for too
blessed.
long.
Yeah,
It's coming home.
bro, we got Geylang, we got Tampines, we got like in Jalan Besar in the case of SPW, bro. We have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
too spoiled. So I appreciate, I think it's fair. Let the West Siders have some sort of wrestling once in a
Yeah.
while.
There
Once
you
in a
go.
while, not every
Not
week.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time,
yeah. Hey, by the
Uh,
way, you know what? Carl he's a West Sider too. He was from
uh,
so
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
back in the day. Yeah. So he's
there
gonna
you
bring the belt
go.
home. It's coming home. It's coming home.
For sure, for
Okay,
sure.
I have the match card here very quickly. Julian versus SPD, which we already, kind of
Make it a
knew.
handicap. Greg, make it a handicap match.
Oh.
I have one leg, but I can do it.
International triple
Showtime
threat,
never here.
Shaheen Jordan versus Simon Sia. You got Divya and Mingray versus Ships Ahoy.
Mhm.
Okay, a mixed
That'll
tag
be
match. Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay, cool.
International singles match, Jay Lamrod versus Lavin.
Ooh,
Oh,
Jay
Lavin
Lavin.
was...
Lavin is back.
Lavin's
he's
coming
been
back for the
on
show.
a bit of a side quest to Japan, brushing up
be-
his skills and everything, yeah?
Well, I think more than just brushing up, man. It'll be interesting to see what kind of monster Lavin has turned into overseas.
True.
Because he's been training hard.
Love it.
I'm very
Happy
excited
for
to
him.
see what new tricks he has up his sleeve, as it were. Tag Team Championship Tournament Final, Aussie versus Broken Bad, like we knew already. And the Grapplemax Openweight Championship, Cal versus Hotshot. I mean, the way this is formatted, that seems to be the main event.
I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Stack card. I feel like this being a free event, holy crap, you guys are
Yo.
getting value for your money.
Exactly.
So please check it out. We'll try to make up time because I think we don't want to miss the biggest show of Grapplemax here, right? Come on.
Yeah, we'll definitely be there. It's once again November the 16th. Doors open at 5:30.
All right, that's great. Yeah. So wow. Appreciate Prabu your analysis, and we've been getting good reviews of Prabu being on the show, right?
Yeah.
So
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
so we appreciate your time as well. I will hope that you can stay where we talk about a bit of WWE Crown Jewel because we need to acknowledge a couple of bloodline storylines.
Oh,
I
for
can stay
sure.
both times. Yeah, I can stay for a bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
and we
okay.
have actually quite a little bit to talk about, and we'll get to all that in just a bit. But before we do any of that, though, as always, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, Hasif.
Yo.
Hasif_captures. Drop our boy a follow right there. Bam, there you go. I already follow, obviously, as you can see, right? But if you are just listening to this, it's HASIF_captures. He's a independent financial advisor, yes?
Yes, correct. And if you ever need a second opinion on your financial portfolio, he's your go-to guy. He's also doing this Tay series, Tay with Hasif, where if any one of you wants to have like a one-on-one chat with him, talk about entrepreneurship, running a F&B business, doing
Bro,
fitness.
fitness, yes. Look at my guy right here. He's cycling. He's doing the I forgot what this is called already.
Hey, bro.
High rocks.
Bro, I wonder whether he knows Carl or not. They're all in the high rock circles. You never know, bro.
you think what? Just because
Yep.
they do high rocks, they know each other.
Bro, they're high roxing at the side, bro. You never know, man. This
Look
guy.
at where is he climbing some mountain over here?
Yeah. I think he previously, correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually went to Mount Everest, or he
Oh,
climbed that base
wow.
camp in Nepal like earlier this year or last year.
Bro is a go-getter, man. And
Yeah,
also,
he
he's the guy
does shit, yeah.
behind Toshka Fries. If
Katoshka.
you've seen it at Pasar Malams and whatnot, that's
Yeah,
the dude.
For sure. So like, yeah, he only asks you one thing, like, do follow him on his socials, follow up with his stuff, and yeah, reach out to you if you ever need any sort of financial advice. All those people on Grapplemax listening in, I'm gonna try to bring this guy to the show. Please make him feel welcome. Let him know or get to know about the pro wrestling community, as well as the SPW guys as well. I would love for him to find out more. And hey, making the connections, the
Absolutely.
networking, that's all it is.
In the meantime, of course, let's dive into the world of North American wrestling. Do we want to start with the good, the bad, or the ugly? Because, man, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about AEW. I guess we're starting with the ugly. No.
No. Okay, let's be fair. Let's sit somewhere in the middle. Can we talk about a bit of Halloween Havoc? Because I feel like
Okay, sure.
NXT has been cooking in its own little way, and I don't want to kind of leave them off.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right? NXT is what it is. It's still, to me, it feels like a developmental. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked out. I like, though, like, we've talked about how their women's champion, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade might not be the greatest in terms of mic work.
Yep.
But I think putting them together with Julia and Stephanie Vaca, I think it really works because it's a vibe. They just look cool,
Yeah, all four of them look great together.
Yeah.
But can I also say something? I don't know whether this is considered like, against the wrestling community at this point in time, but I personally believe that NXT shouldn't have their own pay-per-views.
Okay.
I feel it's a bit too much because, okay, like even if they do have pay-per-views or PLEs, right, their own standalone ones, it should be like once every quarter.
Isn't it once every quarter?
No, they're doing it quite regularly. Like
I thought Halloween Havoc was just like NXT, regular NXT one, right?
No, Halloween Havoc was a standalone pay-per-view.
I'm thinking of back in the gold era, right? They had takeover only once.
Yes, they only had takeover during the Big Four. That's what I'm trying to say. I think they should go back to that. And because I feel like while things like Halloween Havoc was a standalone pay-per-view, and then they were promoting like they promoted a couple like No Mercy. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And they had all these like rehash of like old WCW shows, Great American Bash, blah, blah, blah. But all those are fine if they are NXT episodes. I think that's okay for them to do that stuff. And if they want to get the wrestlers to go in front of a live audience, they can do like live events. But I just feel like they might be kind of spoiling their own market because not a lot of people knew Halloween Havoc was a standalone event until the show ended.
Right.
Yeah, so I watched it after the fact, and like I'm pretty close to the pulse, and even I kind of like, there's so many other things happening.
Correct.
And I think it's wasted because I do want these people to be featured in like more prominent positions. Make their TV show must-see TV. Make it themed once. Why not? Right?
Do you think it's a case of they're doing so well right now? Why not? Why not just put the nail in the coffin for AEW? Give people that alternative. You like this sort of, slightly more high-flying, risk-taking sort of a vibe? Watch NXT. Why bother with this other brand?
Yeah, that's true. And I also I think Alfred brought up a great point. Can we talk about the WWE ID? Do you guys see this news?
Bro, when I first saw it, I thought they would do. I thought they were like, wow, they're going into interior designer. Freaking like WWE got ID firm. What?
The WWE
I
restaurant.
someone said it was like WWE Indonesia or something. Like the development center in Indonesia.
I was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah. I first saw it of all places, Shaukat's Instagram.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because Shaukat from APEC, he has a connection with Reality of Wrestling, which is Booker T's independent promotion, right? In Texas.
Which is one of the promotions under this WWE ID system. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. And of course, so far the rollout of these independent indie organizations are all like have some affiliation with WWE already, right?
Okay, so let me list it out. Reality of Wrestling, you say Booker T. Nightmare Factory, Cody Rhodes. Black and Brave Academy, I'm not familiar with that one, but Seth Rollins. Okay, there you go.
Back in his hometown, Davenport, Iowa.
No wonder. Elite Pro Wrestling?
Not from AEW, right?
No, not that
it's
one.
a standalone, yeah.
Knox X Pro Academy as well.
Well, Mike Knox has a school. Wow.
Oh, not Mike Knox, right?
Mike Knox is a wrestler. It is not Mike Knox.
No. I don't think it's Knox. No. You know who I wish was on this initial list? I feel it's a bit wasted. MLW, bro.
Oh.
MLW made Jacob Fatu,
Right,
right?
right. True, true. So,
MJF as well, I think.
Yes, MJF as well. So, what do you guys think of this new halfway to WWE?
I think it's very smart on a WWE corporate level in that, oh, look, we open up, quote unquote, open up the road for you, right? And it was a thing, it was a pathway that already existed, but now it's like, okay, it serves two purposes to me. One, it's because they already have the NIL program, which a lot of diehard fans like, hey, walao, hey, you know, why are you bringing all these like wrestlers, non-wrestlers to try to make them wrestlers? So in a lot of ways, this is a PR thing where they're like, no, CC, we also have this other program where we're developing the independent wrestlers so that it's not just about us bringing in football players and gymnasts and stuff like that, right?
And I don't think it's a new concept. Like we literally this year had New Japan announce something similar, right?
Correct.
With their pathways for all the Southeast Asian wrestling companies. My other question to this is like, I feel and this ties back to NXT, right? NXT now has national exposure. They have a television show, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the wrestlers are not ready, right? Like they have this opportunity, it's great, but probably their most experience in wrestling is either NXT TV or the Performance Center, right?
Yeah.
Now they're trying to change it up a bit. They're letting some of the wrestlers go down or go to TNA, right?
Yeah.
Even Dante Chen had a match in TNA. And I also feel like this can be a two-way thing, right? Where not only like indie or so-called like independent or wrestling schools can send people, you can also have like wrestlers who are trying to rehab, trying to change their character, trying to get some reps in. They don't have to have the pressure of only performing on NXT TV.
Yeah.
They have all this ecosystem to play around with.
Correct.
Do you know what, actually it's sort of a revival of the territory system, because like let's say if you were like, you know, you run out of steam and your personality and your storyline is like over in one territory, or you're trying to work on a new character, you just disappear from one territory, appear on the other, and then you just work on your new character and, you know, work through your injury.
Correct. In a lot of ways, I view this as purely a PR move because they were already kind of doing it if you think about it. You know, even way back in the OVW days, like somebody was, you know, rehabbing an injury, then they would just go back to OVW, you know, become part of their roster for a little bit, disappear, find a new gimmick, work through new gimmicks, that kind of thing, right? Without, like I said, because now they can't do it on NXT because NXT is so much bigger than it was. Now they have these independent promotions where they can do it, like and make the connections, stuff like that. So to me, I feel this is more of a PR move than anything because this is not anything new that they've done.
Yeah,
it could be,
agree.
but I do think that with Papa H at the helm, right? Papa H is a mark for the territory days, so he sees the value of like, okay, there are certain things that you will learn as a wrestler from working in the circuit.
Oh yeah,
NXT cannot teach you.
Yeah.
So it adds value to the WWE to have somewhere that they can send their wrestlers to sort of like fend for themselves out of the system. You know, a lot like what New Japan does with their young lions. They send them on excursion.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If they happen to find a few talented indie guys along the way, bring them over. And
perfect. And you've already put your sort of sunk your name in there. It's WWE ID. So it's less likely they'll be like, oh, maybe I should try AEW. You know what I mean? They've sort of like planted the seed already. You're already part of this program. Come join us. You know, we take care of you. So it just works on so many levels, basically.
And I love it. I think wrestlers need more places to work. And I hope, you know, with WWE making so much freaking money, right, with all their deals, I think they should pour some money back into the ecosystem, into the industry overall. It's a win-win for everyone. And I just hope people, even at this lower level, can make money and make a living out of wrestling, right?
Bro, how soon till we see like, Dana White's, what's that, Contender series? Right. Have you guys watched that before, where Dana White basically goes to, plucks out like obscure fighters and then they do like a tournament style thing and then, you know, to find the next big star. Are we going to see something like that from WWE? You know, it could be a new version of Tough Enough. Yeah,
a more serious version.
Actually, you know what it would be? It would be like, do you remember the original NXT when it was like a game show with a rookie with a pro?
Maybe not. Yeah. Oh, really? You like that?
I liked it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about the game show element where they have to run around the ring, do obstacle. Okay, that was a big cock lah, you know.
Yeah, it was a good. It worked. It was a good. Like, I don't know, man. People love reality shows, so I think something like that could work actually, where they want to make a sort of contenders, Dana White's contender series, but in a worked way.
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And I only no, my only concern is again, right? While WWE is great at giving all these opportunities, I also do not want WWE to monopolize everything. So I almost want other companies to be able to have the pathway to set up their own stuff, do their own things as well.
AEW step the fuck up.
Ooh. Okay,
Right?
okay.
Come on, step up.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about AEW for a bit for sure. Can we also address what Fias as well and I think Alfred's talk about it? Vince McMahon is rumored to start a new company.
Okay. Hang on. Before we go there, very quickly, let's wrap up Halloween Havoc. What stood out to you? Trick Williams got his, definitive he won against Ethan Page, right?
Yeah. I like that. I like everything that like you said, the four ladies did. Stephanie Verker, while she can. Everyone was making fun about her. Halloween Havoc.
Hey, hello. Hey,
no, but,
English not her first language lah.
I know it's endearing, but I think it's kind of cute.
Sure.
But bro, nothing I can say about her in the ring is like anything bad. She outshined Mercedes Moné in her Forbidden Door match.
Wow.
She proved that she's a ring general here, and Julia is like she's great in her own right. It's not. I've finally sat down and watched her wrestle, so it's nothing to do with how she looks. She's great in the ring. And I almost feel like Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade has never had this kind of competition. Now they have to step up to their level.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Tony D finally beating Obafemi, but with a lot of help.
No, I mean, I don't.
Okay,
I don't
are they
know
putting over Tony D so that
I don't know
Oba
anyone
can go
that
to
likes
the main roster?
Yeah, I don't know anyone that likes Tony D as a character, right? Do you know anybody who likes his character?
I don't know, shouldn't he be a heel? He should be a mafia heel boss, right? Yeah.
And the fact that he has his whole gang of people to help him beat they tried so hard to make Obafemi unlikable by having him say mildly sexist things. Do you remember that promo?
Yeah,
In my country, the women are seen, not heard, or whatever bullshit he had to say. Just to make him a heel, right? But everyone loves Oba.
Yeah. He's damn cute.
I think it might be a case where someone in the booking office likes Tony more than I think the fans,
Yeah, I think what it is Oba is ready for the main roster as an attraction. So
there is some rumblings that he did say goodbye to the NXT roster as if almost a prelude to the main roster.
Yeah.
But okay, on the upside, I feel that he can do what Apollo Crews or Omos couldn't do, which is connect with the crowd
and also be legitimately Nigerian.
And,
Apollo Crews is Nigerian. I
thought, but he has a very American accent. Remember when Apollo did the Nigerian accent? It was very put on.
Oh my god, people make fun of that shit.
He did a reverse Kofi Kingston actually.
He went from American to his roots. But with Oba, it's that's actually his accent. So
I do like Oba's upside. I think if you book him right, bring him up, bro, can you imagine Obafemi versus Gunther?
Ooh. In Papa H, we trust. Okay, if this was still Vince running the show, we'd be like, oh, no, bro, stay in NXT, bro. You're going to go the Omos route.
Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson, yeah.
Oh my god.
Have him dancing in coming to America kind of vibe.
Yeah. Oh no, I can just see it, bro.
Okay, but only issue with this is I feel Obafemi has unfinished business in NXT. I don't think he has reached. I mean, he hasn't even been an NXT World Champion, which I feel like he should do it at least once before he goes up. So I don't know. I personally feel it's too soon. I feel that, and if he were to leave, that leaves a big hole on the men's side of the NXT roster. Can you be honest? To me, the women's division in NXT is way more interesting and stacked than the men.
I mean, I would like to see Oba versus Trick. I think that would be a cool, main event feud.
Oh yeah, Oba the shit pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think we would not have this much black representation since Wakanda and freaking Black Panther versus.
Well, there is a definite cool vibe to NXT. It is for the culture after all. Very interestingly, next week's NXT will emanate from Philadelphia, and they brought in, I don't know if you saw this, Bubba Ray Dudley. So he's gonna tag with Trick Williams.
Yes, I saw that. He needs a friend. I saw that. That whole
he needs a tag partner to take bumps for him at this age.
In order to get the tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw some rumblings that they might bring in. I mean, they did officially show RVD on
Yes.
TV. Yes, Rob Van Dam. That's pretty cool. There was some rumbling they might even bring back Lita for a one-off match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
NXT is pulling out all the stops in terms of just getting in the, people that will draw the eyeballs, quote unquote,
Casuals.
the legends. Yeah. Get the casuals
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And I think another great thing is like while all these like kids are officially trying to grow up and like season themselves on the ring, they
Yeah.
have so much guidance and support, that they can
Yes.
lean on.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I feel like the NXT wrestlers are more receptive to taking feedback and advice than other places,
Which we will talk about in a few moments. But okay, now we've cleared NXT. Yes, Vince McMahon is rumored to be starting an entertainment company.
It's not
you
just
can
me.
tell.
It's not just me who thought that he was starting a adult entertainment company, right?
Bro,
Would
I
you
think
be
it's just
surprised?
you. I didn't even think about it, but now that you brought it up, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Hey,
you really have to ask yourself, right? What is Vince McMahon's idea of entertainment outside of pro wrestling?
well,
Exactly, bro.
we've always heard the
XFL and
yeah.
Yeah.
just,
We've always heard the rumblings that he wanted to do movies, like, WWE films, which was a flop. But, okay, it could be something as simple as a production studio, a production house, or a company that makes movies. And maybe he's just funding it. It doesn't have to be, like Vince McMahon company or whatever, right? So,
it could be true, but I think Vince McMahon won't make the smart choice. Vince McMahon will make the Vince McMahon choice, which is he
oh,
wants to be involved in the creative aspect of things.
the
So
casting couch with Vince McMahon.
Dad, come here, kid.
Irvin says elder adult company. Oh, no.
Oh no. We do not
You
need
gotta
that.
get ready. Everyone get ready for the Vince McMahon experience
Oh,
2026.
Bro, even if Vince dates a girl 30 years younger, right? She's still 50 years old, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
oh no.
how young does she? Oh man, I don't want to go down that rabbit
Okay.
hole.
So I just think that he probably is talking to people, and I don't know how involved. Like, here's the other thing. Can he take a office role? Can he just be the guy who funds it and you'll go run it? I don't think so. He has to have his hand there. He has to be in front of the camera because that's just Vince, right?
Yeah. No,
I can hear him now, Yeah, it's not how we're gonna do this, pal. You come on to eat shit and like it.
bro,
Oh my God.
it's wild, right? Like in America, you can be convicted and awaiting trial and still got time to set up a company. Like,
You can be convicted and run for president.
Yeah,
apparently.
exactly. So it's America, love it or hate it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild. So like, I would be the last thing I would be worrying about is starting a new company. I'm trying to survive, right? So
Yeah.
but it's true what they say about Vince. Like he just can't sit still. I think if he sits still, he dies. Like he needs.
I think he just has undiagnosed ADHD is actually what his problem.
I think so.
He doesn't even care about retirement or like enjoying his retirement. Like
No.
he still wants to work up
Like-
until 80. So I don't know.
Like, bro, go and play golf. Go, enjoy like your billions and billions of dollars if you don't get convicted, that is.
Enjoy your last remaining months of freedom. That's what
Right,
I'm saying.
right. And no,
Yeah,
you gotta work.
it's as if he already assumes that he's gonna walk away scot-free,
That's the other thing also, Like, wow, okay, well, I guess.
Yeah. And did you guys see the recent lawsuit about him that he got from the
Another
Ring Boy
one.
scandal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like all the Ring Boys who's probably now in their 50s, I think banded together and threw a full lawsuit to him and the wife or ex-wife. So bro, that shit is not gonna end, man. Even with the Vince documentary, I think that was the tip of the iceberg, bro. We're gonna see more.
Do you think, right, Vince is gonna, it's a production company, he's gonna make some form of entertainment, right? Do you think he's going to make his version of Young Rock? Like Young Vin? Like you see-
Young Vin.
Because he's not happy with the way Netflix made his documentary, right? So he's gonna make his retelling of his life story.
Actually, that's probably exactly what it is. He made an entire company just to do one project, and the project is the Vince McMahon story documentary.
Young Vince.
Young
As
Vince.
stole by Vince
Yeah.
himself.
Yes,
And
told
you know
by-
what? We would all watch that shit 100%.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure. Just out of the curiosity factor, the morbid curiosity of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And you know
But
what? I wouldn't be surprised at all if Hulk Hogan appears on that show.
Oh my God.
you know, I
Shields
won't
for
be
him.
I won't be surprised, right? If like the likes of Undertaker, Kane,
Kane.
anyone who basically is like super loyal to him, right?
Yeah.
Might
Yeah,
even do
definitely.
something with him,
Yeah, for sure. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, bringing up those names, it's so weird to see. Like now, on one side we have Batista. Mick Foley has just come out to rally against Trump for Kamala Harris. Who else is on the Democrat side?
I think it's
Kevin
both.
Nash, I think. It's quite
Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about the others, but yeah, those are the two prominent ones: the
Yeah, and-
Batista and Mick Foley.
Yeah, and then the other side is Undertaker and Kane and Hulk Hogan. It's like, wow, what a world we're living in.
Bro, the wrestlers are choosing sides. It's like Survivor Series, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking wild. It's what. Okay, I was just watching what now. Do you know this podcast called the Flagrant podcast?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. Basically, it's a famous comedian, and he just had Cody Rhodes for a show, and he
Yeah.
had like a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah.
And these people are like comedians in the New York comedy scene.
You know
So they are,
Andrew Schultz something is his name?
yeah, Andrew Schultz.
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
Schultz. I'm pretty sure Young knows that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they are not wrestling fans, right?
Mm.
But they brought Cody on because he wanted Cody to talk politics, which is very interesting. I think I will send you guys the link lah. But the point he's trying to make is like, isn't it wild? Because this guy actually wanted to bring Cody on because he watched the Vince documentary. He's a casual, he doesn't know anything about wrestling, and he was like, I felt the biggest FOMO of my life after watching that documentary because I missed out on 20 years full of this great American culture, right?
Right.
It's pop culture at that point in time, right? So he was just asking Cody, right? Did you ever think in your wildest dream like wrestling will play such a huge part in politics and the elections and the presidency? And then like Cody was like, bro, if you watch wrestling, like these politicians are learning everything from wrestling on how to perform.
Yeah, it's a show. It's a performance. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like I think it's almost inevitable that, bro, you're gonna have like the biggest wrestlers endorsing a president,
Yeah.
and being part of politics. But what's only funny is that like Undertaker was such a likable, mystical character that appealed to everyone universally that you almost forgot that, yeah, it's very obvious he's a Republican by the way he dresses and things, right?
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
well, there you go. That's the kind of the craziness of what's going on in wrestling and politics. But then we get to the, I wouldn't even want to call it craziness. I want to call it what the hell is going on in AEW right now.
Sorry. I want to just say, Irvin said Kamala versus Trump war games.
Oh God, that would be hilarious. I want to see them in the shark cage. Anyway, yes.
Sorry, yes.
So I've stopped watching AEW. I think it's just very hard to watch. But I did see the clips on social media once again. And it boggles the mind that they are apparently setting up a thing where it's like Jon Moxley's group versus the entire AEW, right?
Do you have a name for your group yet, by the way? Is it still the...
No, they haven't come up. It's still BCC at this point.
I'll still call it the White Pool Combat Club. And now that somehow the Young Bucks are on the side of good, quote unquote. Okay, tell me, have you been paying attention to this? And are they really truly attempting to make Young Bucks face in this situation against the bigger evil, the invading army?
I don't know. To me, right, if that really is the goal, they want the Young Bucks to turn face as like company guys and protecting the company that everybody loves. After they already turned heel as evil company guys attacking the boss that everybody loves.
Exactly. Not only does it not work on a logical standpoint, but they are not over, period. So they are the last people that should be involved in this already rotten idea.
Convoluted as fuck.
Right. If that actually is the storyline, right, I would say it's quite tone deaf.
Yep.
But it could be a setup for something else where maybe they want like the other non, EVP members of the AEW roster to rally. And then have to like turn the Young Bucks face as a consequence because they need the powers on their side.
I have an analogy of what's going on, right? I feel almost as if you think about it like, this is Gotham City, right? Okay, Gotham City, right? The Young Bucks, the elite, they are the corrupt politicians, right? And then BCC and Jon Moxley's gang are like the criminals, right? Running the streets. It's almost as if like, yes, the criminals are running amok. Technically, the politicians are worried. But they also feel like maybe could this be to their benefit? Maybe they just don't get in each other's way. But there's also a part of them like maybe it's good for our business or our look if we kind of like
stop them
as well. So I'm just waiting for who's Batman, or who's the Sting.
But here's the thing. Here's the craziest, most asinine thing. from what they've been presenting, it looks like the Batman is Orange Cassidy. Well, do you know how ridiculous that is?
I saw the last part of Dynamite. And you know what? Like, fuck, if they had still chose like Darby Allin to be that guy, it would have still like we could have understood it. We could have understand like, okay, Darby Allin, OG AEW original, blah blah. But then suddenly, without any explanation, I don't know what the fuck happened to Darby Allin. They suddenly pivot to like Orange Cassidy gonna save the day. How?
Maybe with his devastating kicks, he might kick Jon Moxley and save the day.
I mean, I hope that Jon Moxley just punches him square in the jaw when he tries to do that shit. Look,
Fright, I did like the analogy you gave, right? The the corrupt politicians and the criminals. In this case, right? But don't you think that Jon Moxley and his group are, regardless of whatever criticism you have, they are more over than the Young Bucks and the EVPs?
Yeah.
100%.
So the people will be on the side of the criminals in this
Correct. Which is not what you want, right?
No, but I think like, okay, like I would say if you put them as the criminals, they're like the jokers and his gang, right? The Joker and his gang, they are the more dastardly of the politicians. But the politicians always serve as like the mid-tier boss or like the one that is in the way of the main storyline, which is going to be the battle between good or evil. So I think establishing BCC as this all-powerful entity it's fine as long as eventually the payoff is somebody equally is good on the good guy side comes and battles them.
Yeah, the big question is who lah? Can Kenny Omega make it back to be that guy? Like, I would rather take Kenny Omega. I would take, I guess Bryan Danielson makes a return.
I want to say Will Ospreay, but I have a feeling, right? Chris Jericho will insert himself.
Chris, the moment Chris Jericho enters, right, it's like, this guy, he's just trying
storyline is cooking. Hi, guys.
Okay,
Hi, guys.
I pray, guys, I pray that Shelton and MVP and potentially Bobby Lashley, they just exist in their own universe and stay away from this bullshit. I don't want them involved in this nonsense. I really don't.
I mean, a part of me wants like the Hurt business or the Hurt Syndicate to be the heroes. But I know they are being presented as bad guys.
They are another superhero, super villain group. You have all the who's the Batman? He's not Orange freaking Cassidy, okay? He's not.
Bro.
Maybe Orange Cassidy is Plastic Man. But like the joke side character, but not Batman.
What if this leads up to like the debut of Tony Khan as a wrestler? If they reveal that he's been training for years in secret. They showed the vignettes of him running up the stairs and lifting the weights, He rips off his shirt. Tony Khan is jacked.
You know what Tony Khan is? If we are still sticking to this analogy, Tony Khan would be the useless mayor. The mayor who is like in the pocket of everybody, but he's completely feckless and useless.
It's fucking like...
Mayor of Townsville from Powerpuff Girls.
yeah, he's terrible. Oh, man. I almost wish there was like a John Cena level, like baby face.
Yeah,
almost, bro.
That's exactly it. Do we want MJF involved in this shenanigans?
No. MJF, no. You know who have been perfect? Unfortunately, he's the champion on the other show.
Cody?
Cody Rhodes would have been perfect in this role, right?
Oh, yeah. To rally against the invaders. Do we still think Shane McMahon is going to show up? Do we still think that Shane McMahon is part of the invading force, quote unquote?
I feel like if it's not Shane McMahon, they need somebody equally as earth-shattering to be the reveal of who's backing BCC.
Right.
If not, it will just fall apart. Because right now they're building, like, remember the Devil storyline from last year?
Yeah.
Like, they were building it up and it's like almost, it had to be somebody perfect. If not, it will be the payoff. It will just be terrible. And,
well,
yeah.
It was what it was.
So, it was what it was, yeah.
So okay, you know what really just sealed it for me? The scene of all the good guys rallying together. And it's freaking the Dark Order and the Best Friends. Bunch of like, who cares about, they still have a job, apparently. Like, I cannot lie. It kind of harkens back to the invasion angle, if you think about it. I think they're trying to do some sort of, like, do you remember the WCW, ECW invasion angle?
Yeah, agreed.
Where it was just like the people that they're gathering, but they're all like useless people, like, non-important.
Arvind say do the reverse invasion angle. Can you elaborate on that, bro? I don't know what you're trying to mean by that.
What is a reverse? So AEW goes around and attacks random indie shows. Is that the reverse?
BCC backer is Shahid Khan. He's like, I'm taking my company back from you, Tony.
Tony, you've been wasting my money.
Bro, not gonna lie, that might actually be a badass storyline. I'm not gonna lie.
Actually, it would be quite cool. I actually agree with that.
Shahid will be like, It was me all along,
Oh my
Tony.
god. The battle of the Khan, Shahid versus Tony, and then they could have like, war games. Or what's their version? Blood and Guts.
Okay, remember when Shane McMahon returned in 2016 and then like Vince McMahon challenged him to like Hell in a Cell versus Undertaker, and he said
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna
My
teach you a
greatest creation.
fucking lesson, you little shit. Remember that? Remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
storyline?
yeah,
Can you imagine Shahid Khan saying the same thing to Tony, but everyone will be cheering Shahid Khan instead?
Yeah. Oh god.
So he makes Tony fight who? John
Yeah,
Moxley?
I do
Oh
not
my god, I don't
know.
want to.
Hey, but
Yeah.
Fias gave a great suggestion. What do you think of House of Black as the heroes?
No. For the main point that House of Black, Hurt
They haven't
Business,
been doing much, right?
they're all too good for this bullshit. Leave them out of this. I do not see the potential in what they're doing because of the people that are involved. Just point blank, period.
Fucking FTR not doing anything.
No.
Completely cold.
Yeah.
Fucking Adam Cole just came back and like no one cares about MJF.
Yeah. This is right now, this big invasion storyline is part of the Young Bucks friend universe. Let them do their thing. Let the others do like the proper wrestling, whatever thing.
Yeah. I don't know. They're
What do you
trying.
think about Will Ospreay as like the top maybe face in the company, rallying the other faces to go after whatever the DCT is?
He could be the guy, yeah.
I feel he could be, but at this point he's more of like a prince. He's like the Robin. He's like the wildcard guy.
Yeah, but he's also like fighting his own battle with like the Don Callis.
Correct. He has his own little universe. He's in Metropolis. He's like, fighting other
He's
bad guys.
like Green Arrow, in his little street level world.
Correct. He's in a different universe.
I love the comic references. No, but I just feel like somebody who's leading the charge needs to have a bit of gravitas, a bit more of a seasoned guy. I do not know whether he's too old for this, but what about Adam Copeland?
Oh.
He's not too old for this, but he's too injured for this. I think he could do the role very well if
he could do the role as
more.
that hardened, grizzled. Yeah.
Scully, he come back and join John Moxley to do like a former WWE faction.
Yeah. I mean, Kenny Omega because of his mystique and, as the OG guy would be perfect, but he needs to not be that like long-winded promo person lah. He needs to straight to the point.
Honestly, I just cannot. I do not have the time or patience or energy for this anymore. So I'll just see what happens on social media. If anything is interesting, then maybe I'll watch it. But for now, I'm done with the AEW. I really am.
All right.
What do you think about the Outrunners, by the way? That so-called 80s tag team.
Okay. Collision is such a sad state that I feel so bad. Everything that they do is almost exclusively on Collision. But I did see like all their vignettes and they remind me. Remember that time WWE did this like whole spoof series called like Southpaw Wrestling? Yeah. I love that aesthetic, completely hilarious. And I just feel like Outrunners is such a throwback. Yeah. And I like that they are paired with FTR.
Yeah.
But that's my one criticism that I had, right? Is that the Outrunners, if you actually watch like 80s territory wrestling, tag team wrestling, right? Like the Arn Andersons, the Tully Blanchards, the Outrunners really don't resemble any of that. They resemble the parody of that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows did in the WWE.
Exactly. It's a parody. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, Foreign, that you were alluding to earlier, but there is a worry that this is just a parody act and it will get stale fast.
Yeah, because like honestly, like FDR is closer to what those guys look like and
right.
Yeah.
So again, I just feel like there's such that dichotomy, right? Like FDR almost feels like Georgia wrestling, Mid-Atlantic, NWA wrestling, and the Outrunners feels more like what WWE 80s Vince McMahon would create, right? But I don't think. Okay, I've seen them perform in the ring. I mean, they are both good sized. They're not.
But I like the in-ring stuff.
They're not like skinny ass. Like freaking not like indie wrestlers. No, they are legit. They literally look like they can do well in WWE as well, right?
Yeah.
But my only question is like, can they rise above their gimmick and then become taken are taken seriously eventually? That's the only thing.
The only question is, how close are they to the Young Bucks? That's the proper question you should be asking. Because if they are, then they'll get a Big push. Oh, Irvin, I love what Irvin said. You saw, right? It's hilarious
yeah.
how Dynamite is on, but we'd rather be on the podcast. Let's go!
Appreciate it, Irvin. We are literally counter-programming AEW right now.
Actually, I'm going to go to AEW's Instagram to see what has happened on this.
Do you guys want us to do a live review of Dynamite? I have Bleacher Report on my site. We can talk about
I'm
it.
going to go to Instagram.
I'll give the matches a 5-star rating,
Oh, yeah, even though we didn't see it,
Holy shit! Somebody just debuted on AEW, bro. Can we talk about it?
Okay, do it.
This
Spoiler
is
alert.
breaking news to me. I haven't seen anything.
Spoiler
Okay,
alert.
this is a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Wait, let me see.
Who?
We just had the official debut of Bobby Lashley.
Oh, there you
The
go.
Hurt Business is back in business, but in AEW.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. And obviously, they're going to feud them with Swerve, right?
Yeah. So, Bobby Lashley made his AEW debut today and reunited with MVP and Benjamin. Together, they attacked Swerve Strickland after Strickland beat Benjamin in the main event of Dynamite. Okay, so the main event was a decent match, I guess. Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, Swerve versus Shelton. Exactly. So, actually, that is the type of main event that will get me to watch because I want to see those two guys.
Yeah, all right.
Shame,
Okay.
bro, this black on black crime is what has become of this country.
What the hell?
What the hell's going on?
They
bro?
need Julian. They need Julian. He will sort them out.
Okay, I'm gonna run on the match card, right? So the main the show had AEW World Tag Team Championship, a rematch between the Young Bucks and Private Party, Swerve versus Shelton Benjamin. This match actually I want to watch. Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews. Okay. A bit of an NXT throwback.
Want to watch it for the visual?
Yeah. You know what's the worst part about that match? I know exactly who's going to win, and I'm going to feel bad because Buddy Murphy needs his flowers. Because there was no way Adam Cole's going to lose this match.
Bro, Buddy is so underrated. Such an awesome... I love watching him wrestle in the ring, bro. Come on.
Visually, you look at him, you look at Adam Cole. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
What bullshit are we trying to sell here?
Speaking of women with size, like Chris Statlander versus Camille is one of the matches.
Oh, okay.
I will check that out. And promos from Hangman Page, and kicking off the show is an Orange Cassidy promo. Okay, can I just
skip that shit?
Can I just give cliff notes? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Bleacher Report's rating of it. So Orange Cassidy kick off the show. Shut down the latest video package from John Moxley, grabbed a microphone. He said he wasn't a leader, but he said he would oppose Moxley and company's hostile takeover attempt, and issued a challenge to the AEW World Champion for a match. Okay.
Okay, if this is a way to get the title on Tony Khan's favorite pet, bro. You know what? In a morbid, crazy way, I kind of want to see it happen. I want to see a Orange Cassidy title reign.
Years from now, right, when we sit down for the Who Killed AEW documentary, this will be the moment.
I think so.
So apparently even though he talked on the mic, he appeared uncomfortable in line with his character.
Well, yeah.
But him standing up to Moxley and essentially sacrificing himself for the betterment of AEW in his future is, I guess, a great development for his character. These are the words of the writer, not me. Who has seen and done it all. And potentially getting a high-profile victory over the Death Rider could lead to a game-changing moment in AEW. I mean, I don't know whether it's game-changing, but I guess it's going to be an interesting visual, I guess.
Yeah. I think if anything, it sets up a side quest for Moxley. Moxley will destroy Orange Cassidy, and then somebody else will come in to make the save. Because, like I said, I think we all agree, Orange Cassidy is not the Batman, not the guy.
Yeah. But he could be that sacrificial lamb that, there could be some sympathy there from him being destroyed. So
the sacrificial lamb, you mean the scapegoat, as it were?
Oh!
Bro, we went 1.5 hours without mentioning that guy's name. Let's just keep it there.
Okay, but I would say this, right? If John, Orange Cassidy is supposed to be the new guy rallying the troops, the Batman, as it were, he has to fully evolve into that new role. He cannot go back to Orange Cassidy as we knew him before, with the hands in pockets and that kind of thing. He has to really become full-on babyface.
All right. So the first official match was Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews, like we mentioned before. Matthews targeted the knee and the ankle, looking to punish him, but Cole showed tremendous resiliency and toughness, fought through, and hawked up. He literally said hawked up and made a comeback with 2 consecutive Panama Sunrises and a boom to finish the match and earn the victory. Okay.
Do you see everything wrong with what that description was?
Exactly. How the fuck?
If you didn't know who was a heel and face, if you didn't know those two characters, who would you say is the face of this program.
Buddy Matthews lah.
Yeah, no. Adam Cole.
Adam
He
Cole.
hulked
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Only faces hulk up. Heels
okay,
don't do
no,
that shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
So you're telling me that the babyface worked the body part? The babyface was way bigger than the heel worked the body part,
Yeah.
and had great heel psychology, and the heel hulked up and made a babyface come back.
Yeah, like, how does any of that make any sense?
Wait, to be fair, Adam Cole is presented as the baby face at this point in time against a heel Buddy
Oh,
Matthews.
right. Oh, yeah. I forget.
Okay,
See?
and
That's the problem.
he
He's
came back
the
as a
babyface
babyface.
against
Great,
MJF.
that makes
When
sense.
previously he was the devil. Okay, there you go.
Okay, but that's not it, bro.
See how convoluted this is, by the way?
It is. Afterwards, the darkness overtook the arena, and when the lights came back on, Malachi Black stood in the center of the ring.
Okay.
Holds hand in his, signifying the next test for the Undisputed Kingdom leader. So we're gonna have an Adam Cole and Malachi Black run around again.
And
and
we
it's
know
like-
that Malachi Black will get sacrificed. He will do the job, and that's so sad.
So they're trying to rebuild Undisputed Era, but like, bro, Undisputed Era was so good 5 years ago. Now, like, they lost a lot of their heat. What made them
Yeah.
cool?
I
So
think this whole angle is actually a very NXT black and gold angle. I think Malachi Black and Adam Cole.
You know,
Yeah.
like this just screams to me friends working together, different project groups just doing their own thing.
their own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we worked together before. Hey, come, let's run our program again, which we've done before.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Aussie Open, Mark Davis returned
Ultimate
after
Aussies.
returned after a year away and confronted his former tag team partner, aka Carl Fletcher and Don Callis. Okay.
Okay, does
basically-
anybody care about that, by the way?
Well,
Do you
I guess
feel like, oh my god, he's back? No.
Yep.
No, when YC goes away for his paternity leave and comes back to confront Sean, I'll
Yeah.
care more about that than I care about this.
Exactly.
Exactly, I agree. So I guess they are teasing a split with Aussie Open as Mark Davis is the babyface. Okay, whatever. Backstage, Renee caught up with Hangman Page, issued a warning to Switchblade, and they're gonna fight at Full Gear. Blah blah blah. Then after that, John Moxley suckered Orange Cassidy in. Oh, okay. The world champion, flanked by his cronies, hit the ring and responded to Orange Cassidy's challenge. He claimed that Cassidy didn't challenge him. He challenged Cassidy. Okay. Okay.
You want to fight me? No, I want to fight you.
So basically, the writer was saying this segment was a waste of time. It could have easily been presented in the opening segment with Cassidy in the ring, and we have gotten the show off to a hot start. If nothing else, it was just fine. But yeah, whatever. So basically, so he accepts the challenge officially, right?
By the way, Fias says, hey, don't like that, Mr. Young. Fletcher cut botak in the middle of the ring. You know what's crazy? He actually looks better as a heel with his floppy hair. He looks more like a Jimaikia.
Yeah,
with his
like a
floppy-
Gen Z CD,
Yeah,
right?
irritating. But now he bald, like, and everybody is so many bald characters. He doesn't even stand out anymore. So actually, I liked him as a heel better with the floppy hair.
I guess. I mean, the cool thing about this whole story is like
There's
they were
nothing
trying to
cool about it, bro. What are you talking about?
Bro, I'm trying to be nice. Come on. I'm trying to say that maybe he tried to shave his head so he differentiates himself from looking like Will Ospreay.
He doesn't even look. I don't know why people say he looks like he doesn't. He doesn't really.
The floppy hair is the. I know what he looks more like Nick Wayne, bro.
Yeah, just because he British. So like all British
Hey,
people
the
look
juice.
alike. Is that it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, your favorite segment next, Mr. Young.
Oh no.
AEW World Tag Team Championship match. The Young Bucks
Versus
rematch. Private Party, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of flippy shit for sure. They love that stuff.
Ooh. Okay, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Private Party overcame the odds to score a win over the Young Bucks,
And?
continuing their run as a tag team, and they are now the new AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Okay. Was it a clean win or was shenanigans?
Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy absorbed everything thrown at them by the EVP, survived an attack interference from Okada even.
Oh.
And it was a dramatic match with near falls, and the fans' emotional investment in the challenges was another gem in the series between the two. So it was clean. They pinned him clean.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So
After the bell, Young Bucks placed the title belts on their shoulders, hinting at a potential change in character. Okay, just
So
in time
there-
for them to be the
Just in time for them
saviors
to-
for AEW.
so you know that this was nothing. Okay, so yeah, they finally decided to give the titles to their friends, and now they will be the AEW saviors against the Whitepool Combat Invasion. So that's what this sets up.
Okay.
The face turn of the guys that literally, killed the owner of the company who returned 1 week later.
doesn't make sense. The writer said that while this outcome was well deserved, it should have happened at Wrestle Dream. Wasted
Yep.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, hi guys. Learning Tree promo next. Okay. New
Oh.
ring of
Yeah, exactly. New ring of. I'm sorry, I've been a Chris Jericho fan all like my wrestling life, but why is he? What the hell? Yeah, he lost to Briscoe at the pay-per-view, which is the right decision, right? More people watch Dynamite than the pay-per-view. No,
Yeah.
Dynamite has more viewers because it's free TV, right?
Yep.
And this is where he freaking goes over Mark Briscoe. Like, what the hell?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Chris Jericho, to me, it's a waste of time. Mark Briscoe should still be a champion, whatever. Yeah. Backstage, Daniel
You're
Garcia.
the politics, man.
Yeah. Daniel Garcia had a brief confrontation with TNT champion Jack Perry, who followed it up by interacting with the Young Bucks backstage, who were caught loading up their belongings and shredding documents. Okay.
The hell?
What these documents were is unknown, but it's likely it's part of a storyline development that will serve as the next chapter in the story.
Oh God.
Are
The
they
Young
trying
Bucks are
to
committing white collar crime.
Yeah, white collar crimes. Yeah.
are they trying to tease dissension between Jack Perry and the Young Bucks? Well, why?
Nobody cares about them. They are so stale.
Perry
It's
has
not
a shell
funny.
company somewhere,
Yeah.
Some color crime going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but just to be clear, this is AEW Fright Night. So this is their Halloween Havoc, I guess. Okay. Second last match, guys. Bear with us. Chris Statlander versus Camille. Chris Statlander squared off against CEO's bodyguard, competitive match, physical match. Okay, everything that you expected. The TBS champion interfered, of course, leveled her top contender with the title and taunted her to close out the segment.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, the resilient babyface fought back and scored the victory to the dismay of Monet. Okay, so Chris Statlander got the win over Camille, and it looks like she's challenging the CEO for the
So
title.
what you're telling me is they introduced this destroyer, like big, shit brick house, which is Camille.
Yeah.
And within a few weeks, they've made her look weak, and now she's already taken a loss.
She's literally, her name is Camille Brickhouse, bro. And that's,
yeah. That's the whole joke, shit brick house, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
So they've introduced somebody that could have been a major force. Come in, give her wins, have her destroy, have nobody sell for her.
Bro, she could be the new Jade Cargill.
Yes.
The way she could have booked. Yeah.
But they essentially book her as any other character. Oh, she's coming, she's just friends with Mercedes, and she's taking bumps for Hikaru Shida, and then now she just took a loss to Chris Statlander. I mean, we all love Chris Statlander, who was a heel a few weeks ago, by the way. Now she's a babyface. Again, what the hell?
If there's one thing I'm pissed off is like they have so many actual legitimate female talents that they are not building up.
They can't book them worth a shit. I mean, it's a crime, is what it is.
Speaking of crimes, backstage, Mark Briscoe joined by Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly issued a challenge to the Learning Tree for a fight without honor on next week's show. Okay, whatever. Backstage, the Young Bucks hightail out of the arena, leaving Brandon Cutler behind. Just as he turned around, Moxley and co attacked, breaking Cutler's hands with a hammer and leaving him on the ground.
Wait. So Moxley is the face now? Because I would cheer that.
Apparently, seats planted.
What?
Okay, main event, guys. Thanks for sticking through this impromptu AEW Dynamite review. Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin, right?
Okay, yeah.
Competitive match that took as much care to spotlight Benjamin as he did the former world champion. It was a great way to close out the in-ring portion. I can expect this match to be pretty badass.
Yeah.
Swerve Strickland actually won with a Swerve Storm. After the match, a dismayed MVP made a phone call, and seconds later, wow, he made a phone call so fast. Seconds later, Bobby Lashley made his debut.
Look,
He called Grab.
he grab delivery immediately. Yeah. Why are they giving Shelton Benjamin a loss? I get it's against Swerve, right? But
Yeah.
it should have just been a s'mores. Have
Yeah, it
Shelton
should-
Benjamin be on the ropes and then have Bobby Lashley show up,
I would rather Bobby Lashley cause the disqualification.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, why make Shelton take a loss so fast?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay,
I'm actually okay with Shelton taking a loss if they want to keep Swerve strong. Because I think in their minds, they already know that, okay, Shelton is the fall guy for Bobby.
Right.
maybe.
Which visually is kind of like, because Shelton is bigger than 85% of
Yeah.
that roster anyway,
Yeah. But I do appreciate them trying to keep Swerve strong. I think Swerve,
Yeah, sure.
if nothing else, deserves to still be in, the main. You know what? Still, Swerve as the good guy against BCC would have been a thing. Okay, anyway, just to think about
You
it.
know what? Damn, yeah, you made sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Swerve has been the only likable babyface after,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Osprey and
because you know why?
Danielson.
Because whose house is it? Swerve's house
Swerve's
that
house.
PCC is invading.
Excuse me,
Mm.
Adam Page burned that house down already. So
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay. After the match, a dismayed MVP made a phone call, I guess Grab, and seconds later, Bobby Lashley appeared, made his AEW debut, attacking Swerve and laying out security to close out the show. This was a hot angle that immediately established Lashley MVP and Benjamin as an unstoppable force. It puts an exclamation point on the show and begs the question, would it have been an even greater impact if Moxley beatdowns had not become such a staple of recent shows?
yes, 100%, 1,000% yes. Now, here's the problem with AEW, and I have been following their ratings as well, right? Their television ratings. It's been steadily declining, always in the 630,000 range. They usually start at around 800,000 because of the Big Bang Theory, and then after that, their main event actually usually suffers. It
Yes.
drops, you know? It's kind of crazy that even with Bryan Danielson as the main event, people do not stick around because they're kind of done with that shit already, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm actually very interested to see if people tune in to watch Shelton Benjamin versus Swerve, or has the damage already been done? Have you already set the precedent that it's not worth sticking around for the main event, so people just leave before it?
Okay, I would agree with you to a certain extent, but I have a prediction, right?
Mm.
People didn't expect MVP or Bobby Lashley to debut, right?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of buzz coming out of AEW Dynamite. Because I think MVP ended by saying like we are back in business or something like that. So we know they are reforming. I would predict that next week's Dynamite might have a bigger rating because if it's Lashley appearing for the first time to do a promo, I think that will score big ratings. My only question is, right, okay, there's 3 of them. There will definitely be a 4th member. Previously, MVP has spoken on a lot of podcasts and interviews that he actually wanted to recruit both Cedric Alexander and, do you know who's the person that they wanted to recruit back in 2020? Yes, Ricochet. Yep. So it's clear that that's what's going to happen. Ricochet is the 4th member. So my question is, Bobby Lashley, as much as he's awesome, he's the top straw main guy. He's almost 50, right? As awesome as Shelton Benjamin is, he's late 40s.
Yeah.
So is the person they're going to groom as their Randy Orton going to be Ricochet?
Ricochet is not the youngest guy in the world anymore. He's mid-30s, I think, as well.
Yeah. And also, while he's amazing in the ring, I think that the style at which he loves wrestling is not going to lend towards him being a main event guy. It's just not, you know?
You know who might be a good fit for that role? Will Hobbs.
What happened to him? Is he even still around? Is he injured?
I think.
He had a neck injury. I know he had a serious injury. Because he was part of the Don Kelly's group, with Takeshita, remember?
Will Hobbs versus Bobby Lashley, though.
Bro, Will Hobbs and Bobby Lashley could be the passing of the torch move if they do it right.
Yeah, it could. It could.
Yeah.
Wow. We know. Well, we don't have high hopes for them doing it right, lah. That's the unfortunate thing about AEW right now.
Yeah, but looking forward to Full Gear again. Another pay-per-view to review in November. So I don't know.
I'm not paying $40 for that, man.
Yeah. Irvin said, Bobby borrow powers from Joe Henry. Say his name and he appears.
Okay, let's get off of AEW right now. Hopefully their product heats up with the Hurt Business, becoming a thing,
I hope so.
But really, whatever the writer said is very true. They have this hot angle in Hurt Business, but they also have this bullshit indie nonsense in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, I just hope that they can get a rebrand, or not say rebrand. I would say Hurt Business does what Bloodline did for WWE in terms of business for AEW. I hope so. I really hope so.
And what is the BCC storyline then? What's the comparison? I don't think there's anything to compare because it's so bad.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, we got one more piece of business to take care of as well. So let's move on with that.
You're talking about WWE Crown Jewel, which is happening. It's this weekend, right? 2nd of November. So okay, for us in Singapore, it's what time? Do we know?
I have a feeling it might be Sunday midnight or 2 a.m. again. It's Saudi Arabia timing. It's always a bit wonky.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's 2 a.m. in the morning.
So basically, we will watch it on Sunday morning. I'm not staying up for that.
Yeah. So my question is, are we gonna do a live podcast on Sunday afternoon?
Walao.
to get it out of the way.
If we do, well, we'll figure this out, obviously,
We'll,
right?
we'll figure it out. We'll take this offline, guys. Okay.
Yeah, as they say in
But-
corporate
but-
speak.
Yeah. But again, I think first of all we need to acknowledge that Crown Jewel, the build up for Crown Jewel has been happening in the last couple of weeks. Before we talk about Crown Jewel, I just kind of like want to quickly gloss over like what's been happening on SmackDown, Raw, Yeet, no Yeets. Can we talk about the Bloodline because Fias has been like celebrating in the corner?
We will talk about it when we get to the actual matches because the matches are, we'll talk about the lead up lah. So here's the thing. There are 7 matches, which is a little bit more than the average WWE PLE recently. So I don't know, maybe this is a Saudi thing. They're like, hey, give us more matches. Don't give us just 5. We're paying 50 million for crying out loud. So
yeah.
That's probably what it is. Okay, I'm looking at the match card right now. I don't know if this is going to lead off. It's definitely not going to be the main event, right? Roman Reigns and the Usos versus the Bloodline. So, to your point about the story that they've been telling leading up to this. Okay, I thought that they could have dragged it out a little bit longer with teasing the Usos coming back together. To be honest, I felt like it went a bit fast. What about you?
I think it went a bit fast, but I think that's also because we are used to the Bloodline storylines dragging out for so long.
Yes.
And B, I don't think this is the final point. This is not the accumulation of everything because there is still The Rock.
Yes, as the final boss, right? And
it's just the start of it all, right?
Yeah.
It's a false finish actually, this.
Yeah. There's a rumor out there, and then seeing the way Solo has been showing his personality a bit more, I feel like there is some credence to this rumor. The rumor is Jacob is going to oust Solo. What do you think of that rumor? And Jacob's going to bring in Zila and other Fatus and kick out Solo.
So you're saying Solo will go back into the old bloodline?
Yeah, he was in the original bloodline. He will become a part of the original bloodline again, leading up to Survivor Series. Like, do you think that could happen? Or is that a bit like,
This is more convoluted than a telenovela, bro. Like a message.
Yeah, I don't think Jacob has the mic skills to pull off or at least even the type of character to pull off Solo's role. Like, I don't see him as the well-spoken leader, guy who works the mic all the time.
Yeah.
Have you seen his work in MLW though?
I've seen his stuff in ring, but he's not like leader of a factory. He's like just wild shouting. He needs a manager at his side.
Maybe that could be the whole thing about his version of the bloodline is really just they're all savages. And as it is, you got Tama Tonga and Tonga Lower already. Yeah. Acknowledge, by the way.
No, the thing I feel like about Jacob, right? It's like while Jacob has been great and he's been well protected, I feel to push him into that leadership role or at least even like the Rock's main go-to guy, I think it's a bit too much of a stretch. I think he and Solo needs to have that blow-off feud. He and Solo needs to have that dissension. And I don't see that happening maybe 1 year down the road even.
Right. So you're saying he's not there yet character-wise lah?
Yeah, not yet. Not there.
And they haven't teased any dissension yet, so...
Yeah. Sorry, Prabu.
No, I was gonna say like his character suits more of that kind of lone wolf, not aligned with anyone. If he breaks away from the bloodline, right? Maybe he's kind of like lone wolf. He's not really aligned with anyone anymore, just going off his own thing.
Not gonna lie, I kind of like some Solo and Jacob's dynamic.
Yeah.
Solo, I love you.
Oh, he's so intense with it. My God, like religious. He's like religious fanatic like that. But Solo has actually been showing a lot more personality in the last couple of weeks. Do you guys enjoy?
Bro, I've been laughing at the replays. Do you know what he did? Like, I got tickets.
Yeah.
I got tickets.
Like, I'm like, where is this personality suddenly coming from?
Yeah, I fucking again. And the
yeah.
Maybe he's that youngest kid, right? Youngest sibling that like shits on his older brothers all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
Fias says, make Fatu the leader and Tama Tonga the mouth. Oh my God. And all Tama Tonga would say is yeah.
That's the funny thing, because I actually watch GOD a lot in New Japan, and Tama Tonga is actually a great promo person, He can do that role, but I don't know why they relegated him to be the guy.
to compliment Tonga Loa and his nonsense.
Fucking funny. Prabu, do you want to tell the story of what Greg shared with us about Tonga Loa and why he did what he did to Okada? Remember, you guys got
this one, the classic
the
clip.
Infamous, And basically, for the fans that don't know, is the infamous clip of clip of Tonga Loa just
Yeah.
he fake like strikes to Okada, and then Okada has to sell it.
Okay, so some context. So, for those who didn't know, a few weeks ago, Robbie Eagles, New Japan fame, came by Grapplemax, did a seminar training with you guys, and you guys was the one that asked him, right, about it.
Someone asked him about why Tonga Loa did that, right? And like what the reception to it backstage was. And I see somebody said like, oh, was it to pop the crowd backstage? Like, was it? Oh, sorry, pop the boys. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
you
is
do
it?
shit in the ring,
Yeah.
but you do it just to pop the boys backstage.
Ah.
Actually, apparently that was not the case. The boys hated it. Like, Okada was pissed.
Well, yeah.
It was just
Okay.
yeah, I don't know why he did it. Just to pop himself.
Was
Hang
it
on,
something of him
just-
leaving?
Just in case you guys haven't seen it before, this is
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm talking
this-
about. This is what I'm referencing. The most
Yeah, so
devastating strikes.
Yeah, so we're all thinking that he did this, right? Just like maybe as a joke, maybe him and his buddies will laugh about it. But apparently, like Okada was pissed, and people weren't happy about it.
Was
Huh.
it something of like Tonga was gonna leave the company and he like don't give a fuck or something like that?
Yeah, it could be, it could be.
Yeah. But to me, it's
Okay.
hilarious that he's doing it like in his own world, without.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Okada has no choice but to sell it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I wish Okada would have been like, "What the f are you
Yeah,
doing?"
he's
He
Okada
stood there.
being too nice actually.
Yeah, he was being way too nice. He shouldn't have
Yeah.
sold it.
Okada should have done what, right? What Shibata did to
to Okada actually.
Yeah,
Okada, right? When he fucking kicked
Yeah.
just kick back.
the fucking
Okay.
feather's head, lah. Oh my
Maybe he
God.
was scared because the guy is Tongan after all.
Yeah, agreed.
So the match itself, we got the OG bloodline finally back together. Jay and Jimmy, coming back together. Huge pops. They did it all on SmackDowns, which is great, right?
Yeah.
Versus the new bloodline.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but
Thoughts?
did they jump the gun a bit? Because I know that SmackDown this coming weekend is pre-recorded because
Yeah.
they're going to Saudi Arabia, but that SmackDown is where they officially kind of like hug it out or bringing them together and announce
Yeah.
the match. But then they announce the graphic ahead of time. So how?
Yeah, like Prabu said, it does feel a little bit rushed, but maybe it's also because we are so used to Bloodline storylines. And maybe we need to think about this version of the Bloodline storyline as any other storyline. Like, okay, now they're going at a regular pace as opposed to the old, stretch it out for a year because, yeah, it could be The Rock down the line, right? Is The Rock going to show up at the end of Crown Jewel like he did at Bad Blood? I don't know.
So far, he appeared and nothing has been said since.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know what the hell that was about. If you look at it in hindsight, right? I just feel like they shouldn't have flashed the graphic at this point in time, get that scene out of the way on SmackDown, and then announce it. While I do think it's a bit early, I think it makes sense. You know why?
Survivor Series.
Yeah, new bloodline needs to have an initial victory over the OG, and then they can have that return victory at War Games in Survivor
Yeah.
Series.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes
wait.
sense.
So you're saying that you're saying that the new bloodline picks up the win here?
Yes, I believe they should. They should.
Should Roman Reigns take a loss so fast after returning?
No, Roman Reigns doesn't have to be pinned, and
Well,
it's
so
not one-on-one.
Jimmy is there for,
Yeah, poor Jimmy, poor Jimmy.
Jimmy is always there to take the pin, bro. It's all good.
Not even Jay, it's Jimmy,
Bro, somebody said on Twitter, fucking funny, bro. Can you imagine during this match, a guy appeared in a hoodie and bandana and pulled it down? It's Paul Heyman,
Oh my god.
a GTA character.
Yes, yeah. Actually, I forgot. Yeah. Paul Heyman, he's the big, question mark. Is he going to make a return here? Is he going to be the one that cost somebody the match?
Can we also talk about the other question mark that happened on Raw?
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah.
You guys see the little rumblings and seeds
Yeah.
being planted of Sami Zayn as well?
The whole, Sammy is trying to talk to Jay, tell him, hey, why are you getting involved in this BS? You are your own guy. Then Jay is like, oh, you won't get it. You're not family. Shock, horror. Okay, is there a remote possibility that Sammy, turns heel? No, right? He's too lovable, right?
There's no purpose for him to turn heel because why would he join the bloodline that
Yeah.
the Rogue
Yeah.
bloodline?
I do like the tease though at the car park. At the car park when he was talking to Solo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love. Yeah.
This
I
new
think it's just one
wrinkle...
of those- it's just one of those things where they give you teasers here and there.
Yeah, just to throw you off the scent, right?
Solo has, we talked about him showing more personality. And, I don't know why it took them so long, but yeah, Solo approaching Sammy to hey, get him on his side makes sense, right? If you think about it in this case.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. And another thing about Sammy is yes, Sammy is not part of the family, but he's part of the OG bloodline, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like unless but I also agree with his point of view that he's not part of this fight. He hasn't gotten his business yet. But the moment Solo, Jacob, or the Tongans do something to Sammy,
Yeah.
or like use Sammy as bait to attack Jay or whatever it is, then he's already involved and they're back into it. Yeah.
And this sets up Survivor Series for Roman, Usos, and Sammy to be one team versus the Bloodline lah, the new Bloodline.
Yeah. So Who's was saying, I think Prabu is still here so that he can avoid hard questions from your relatives during Deepavali. Bro, your parents okay or not? Is your parents calling you? You better wrap it up soon.
Yeah, so far they're not, but who knows what might happen in the next 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
So Prabu, who's winning this one?
I'm gonna go with the Rogue Bloodline.
The
I
Rogue
think they're gonna
Bloodline.
start the heels off strong, and then that's how the feud gets rolling.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Foreign, same. You're going for the new Bloodline?
Yeah, and I want Solo to get the pin because I just feel like I love Solo. I think Solo needs to be established as a bigger star.
Okay.
Give him the victory.
I like that we have a 3-person dynamic because now we actually have it's not 1-1.
Yeah. Can
We have
tiebreaker.
odd numbers. Okay, so not because you guys picked the other side and I want to be different, but I am going to go for Roman Reigns and the Usos. I want Roman Reigns to come back big, have a big definitive win, and then somebody walking out looking very disappointed when the new Bloodline loses. The Rock. He comes out and goes, I better bring in my own guys. And that's how he brings in whoever other Hikaloa and another Fatu.
I love it. Which Fatu you all want to bring? Hikaleo?
Zila. At this point, who knows? Yeah,
I like Zila. Zila looks kind of cool. I wouldn't mind him. Can we also quickly talk about other matches? The fact that the Bloodline lost the tag team titles to a 2-week.
Okay, you know what? To me, that makes perfect sense because these two, the Motor City Machine Guns, right?
Yeah.
I've heard it described before and it makes perfect sense. They are what the Young Bucks wish they could be.
Oh, I love that. I love that line.
Right?
I love that.
And they are veterans already. I think the reason they hotshot the titles to them is because, to be honest, their runway, their longevity is not that long.
Yep.
They're going to come in hot, be champions right off the bat so that in a few years they can start, putting over other talent and then I'm sure transition into being agents in the future.
Yeah, they actually are sort of the tag team version of AJ Styles when he came to the WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, we are both in their early 40s already. And they've done so much. Both of them have been world champions in TNA. Both of them had runs in New Japan.
Yeah.
I think they deserve it. And you know what's so crazy? Like, they've been doing the indie style. And I watched TNA when they were a bit hot. They had that series with Beer Money incorporated.
I love Beer Money, baby.
Oh, Beer Money was great. Bobby Roode, James Storm. That whole series was so awesome because they were the brawlers and then MCMG were the high flyers. But they still look like pretty jacked themselves, right? They still look good, take care of their bodies, good physique. So I think, and is it me or Chris Sabin, right? Looks a bit like John Moxley's brother. Old Dean Ambrose with the floppy hair.
Oh, yeah. Because of the hairstyle. Yeah, not the current Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, not the current, the old one.
Yeah.
He looks a bit high all the time. So I just thought I kind of like their dirty vibes.
Sure.
Maybe if WWE still got time, can make Chris Sabin the new Lunatic Fringe, bro.
No, it's okay. Let them have their moment and, let them do what they're doing. Let's move on to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control versus Metaphor, who I still do not believe are ready, versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Yeah. Crazy prediction. I want Chelsea Green and Piper Niven to win.
I don't even think it's that crazy. I think that Chelsea Green and Piper Niven deserve it. I think Chelsea Green has low-key been one of the better performers in the women's division.
Yeah, more than well deserved. But the only question is is this too early to break up or have some dissension between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair? That's
my issue with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, right? So far, you remember when they first won the tag team titles, it was very obvious to us. Okay, they're going to hold the titles for a very long time and then slowly have dissension and then lead up to a breaking, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But it didn't happen. They lost the titles pretty quickly. They're still besties, right? And then now they lose. If they lose it again, doesn't it break that momentum again?
Maybe. They won it very recently, but since they won, they also haven't done much with the title.
Exactly. So that's the other thing also. I don't know, for all the praise that we've given Papa H, right? Like, what is going on here with the women's tag team titles? Like,
I think this is one of those moments where, okay, if the bloodline match that comes before this is going to be very focused on the storylines moving forward, right? Then the match that comes after it will be a match with kind of low stakes, no consequences,
Which
just
is
make
this?
the crowd happy.
Yeah.
Make the crowd happy. So I think the champs are going to defend the belt. Like simple, just
What? Well, here's the thing. We don't know if this is the exact order. I'm just reading it
Oh,
off
is
of
it?
this.
Okay, yeah,
They will switch things up on the fly, right? Like,
That's true.
we could very well start off with Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. You don't know.
We don't know. But I also think there is value in like making the crowd happy. I mean, it's a Saudi crowd anyway. They want the baby faces to win. Jade and Bianca could be a good shout. But I just feel like Chelsea and Piper can do so much more with the tag team titles.
They could. They could do a lot of funny stuff,
Yeah.
Damage Control, I think we can all agree that they're like, they're cold right now.
Yeah, their biggest, like their post bloodline in their storyline already. They're like, okay, boring already.
What happened? What about the MMA group, the Pure Fusion Collective? Huh? Why are they not involved here?
Bro,
Why Metaphor of all teams?
No. So they make an announcement, I think, that all 3 GMs were on Raw or something. Like there's a representative from each brand challenging for the tag team titles.
Oh, okay. Well, and if anything, it gives the shine to NXT a bit, lah. But I still feel like Metaphor are not ready. And I'm very afraid this will be the Botchamania show, Botchamania match of the show.
Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, right? Sorry,
Oh,
Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend is Metaphor, right? Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to be fair, like they are hiding the NXT girls in a group of larger girls, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
hide their weaknesses. Hopefully, it'll hide their weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, Jade Cargill is not that seasoned as well. So there's another quote unquote greener, performer.
Agreed.
So really, ironically, Chelsea Green is the least green of the group.
That's hilarious. So what's the plan for like the tag team titles in your opinion? Do you think it's still gonna be like a floating title? Do you think it's gonna be
I think it's going to be a floating title. I don't think it's something that will like light the world on fire. Even their men's tag team titles have been a little bit like whatever.
Yeah, they haven't split it up, is it?
Huh? What do you mean?
They don't plan to split it up like the men's, right? Let's hope not.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is about the WWE. They just can't get tag team wrestling off the ground.
Yeah. And I think was it Irvin that said like, I don't know why they can't get Kairi Sane over. Yeah, Kairi Sane damn cute. Why? Like, and she's so talented in the ring. So
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's the language thing.
It's most likely a language thing, but she doesn't have to talk. She can just
Yeah.
look cool. She's a vibe, right?
Yeah.
We'll see lah. It will be very interesting when Julia gets to the main event to see whether they can make it work with Julia or not. Because Julia has arguably the same problems and positives. Because she looks amazing, right? She has an entire vibe and aura, as the kids say, as does Kairi Sane. But for whatever reason, you can't come to care for her.
We shall see. All right.
Who's winning? So all of you say Jade Cargill and Bianca, is it?
No. I said Chelsea and Piper.
Oh, Chelsea and Piper. Okay, Prabu.
Oh, I said Jade and Bianca.
I will go with Prabu on this one, Jade and Bianca, because, the rest don't make no sense.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay,
All right, next one.
LA Knight, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Triple threat for the US title.
So the 7 series thing, right? It's like, well, it's fun and blah blah blah. There wasn't that much stakes, so they try to add stakes with LA Knight. But do you all see the last match where LA Knight was the guest referee?
Yeah, and he basically beat everybody up lah.
He kind of came across as the heel there.
Yeah, he did a bit.
LA Knight his character is a bit of a dick anyway, right? But that's
Yeah.
kind
Kind
of
of
what
a dick.
people like about him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like Stone Cold in that you expect him to turn on everybody and you get cheered for it.
Yeah, agreed. But I guess the funny thing was like, even though it's his title reign, the attention is kind of elsewhere. It's almost as if LA Knight cooled down by being US champion. Does that make sense?
Yeah. LA Knight is a very interesting case study in wrestling. It's like he's perpetually over, but not. You know what I mean? Like,
But not the guy.
yeah, right? Like, you go.
Yeah.
Is it almost like a Miz? I hate saying that, but
Ooh. I wouldn't say Miz yet lah.
I guess he's more over than the Miz, I think.
yeah. At this
Because
point.
remember, the Miz had a rivalry with LA Knight.
Correct.
And LA Knight tried to show that off. I think he's kind of more like maybe Dolph Ziggler in his first run when he just about to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
That period he was like the hottest thing ever.
Yeah.
And after that there was a period where he was just
Cool.
consistent, cool, but then he went down.
Yeah.
maybe.
For me, okay, so in the case of Dolph Ziggler, he was a consistent in-ring performer, right? For me, LA Knight is a consistent mic worker. Every time you give him the mic, you know he can deliver, make it interesting and draw eyeballs, right? In this scenario, though, who wins? Because you have LA Knight, the giant charisma ball. You have Andrade and Carmelo, who are incredible workers, but from a charisma standpoint, from character standpoint, they're kind of still like finding their way.
I like Alfred's prediction.
Carmelo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Carmelo winning will be so interesting because I think he needs the rub the most out of the two of them.
Yes.
I agree with that actually because he's the younger guy, right? He's the call up from NXT, so he does need the rub, and a win on a stage as big as Saudi would be a huge thing for him.
Yeah. Look what it has done for Braun Breaker winning the mid-card title, right?
Yeah.
Immediately elevated him. And Carmelo, there was some issues when he debuted. Like they felt like, maybe it was too early. He was floundering. Maybe this will put him back on track.
That promo with LA Knight.
I'm sure
you remember where he completely dropped the ball. Andrade, he's been here, he left, he came back. I mean, he's obviously a really strong performer, but for whatever reason, he's another one of those guys can't connect with the audience. I feel.
Irvin really likes Andrade as well.
Okay, looking at the three names, we all agree Carmelo needs this the most, right? So is everyone picking Carmelo here? No love for LA Knight.
No, I mean we love LA Knight, but I just feel at this point in time, Carmelo, I think needs it. LA Knight, I think can bounce back or can always have a rematch.
Is that the problem with LA Knight? And he can take the loss. He'll just bounce back because his charisma. Maybe that's the problem with LA Knight. He's too good in that, you can always have him lose. It doesn't matter. And then he just ends up with a loss record so big.
We'll talk about taking a loss in the main event, but as of now, I feel LA Knight at this point in time is upper mid card. That's probably his ceiling
Forever.
So for now, until something drastically changes.
Yeah, I mean, if LA Knight drops the belt to Carmelo, he has to move upwards to bigger things, right? He can't sink lower down the card.
True. Yeah.
So it's such a waste of his
I kind of like the thought of LA Knight eventually going after the World Heavyweight title. If he ever gets drafted to Raw. He will be a cool Rick Rude, sometimes champion, sometimes not guy.
Yeah, and I believe LA Knight and Gunther did have a match on NXT back then.
Okay, so who wins this one then? Foreign.
Carmelo for me.
Prabu.
I'm gonna say Carmelo as well.
Walao. What? Okay. Actually, I agree. I agree with you guys. I'll
really?
go with
Okay.
Carmelo as well. You're right. LA doesn't
convinced
need it.
him.
Andrade doesn't need it. Carmelo is the one who desperately needs it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
None of us were considering Andrade. It was just between LA and Carmelo.
Yeah, which is a problem in and of itself. Okay, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Grudge match. This one, okay, I predict this is going to be a very much a lot of acting match. You know what I mean? More
story driven.
Their storytelling versus big moves.
Not gonna lie, I love Randy, but Randy has been taking a lot of big losses this year.
Oh yeah.
And I almost feel like I'm one of those guys that kind of want Kevin Owens to win the world title. So he's gonna go ahead with Cody after this, right? So I think Kevin needs the win here.
A cheating win, a dastardly heel win.
A dastardly heel win, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Randy more than I like Owens, and I love to see Orton win, but I think Randy has reached the stage where he can lose and then recover.
Yeah.
And
He's basically
likely,
LA Knight next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and he most likely will recover when he eventually meets Cena for their feud. That's gonna heat him up again.
Yes.
He can afford to cool him off here.
Yeah.
Which I think, Owens in the build up to something with Rhodes, he does need the win here.
I think we are all in agreement here. I think we all agree that Kevin needs this a little bit more than Randy to push Kevin Owens that next level to feud with Cody Rhodes, right?
Yeah.
And Randy can move on. He will recover 100%.
Yeah, love it. And also another thing about Kevin Owens is I'm really liking the approach that they've done for him. All the social media posts, him being banned from the arena.
Filming in his car.
He's a TikToker now.
Yeah, TikToker. I kind of like it. It's different. At least it's a typical heel turn. Or not typical turn on social media, but even though they can follow all the typical wrestling beats of how they should do a heel turn, they're using a new formats for it. So I like that.
Yeah. Also, I guess the question is like, what is his contract status? Wasn't there talk of him like basically his contract's running up, and obviously you know who is gonna throw millions of dollars at him.
Agreed, agreed.
So I don't know if he would pick up the win here if he were leaving lah. So if anything, maybe him winning will say a lot about his contract status.
God damn it, Kevin Owens is signed by Tony Khan to fight against the PCC.
Oh God.
Kevin Steen is all elite.
Kevin
Oh,
Steen
no.
is the third man with the Young Bucks.
Yeah, oh God. But you know what? Whatever lah. Let them make the money however they want lah.
Honestly,
But-
I'm okay either way. If he stays
Yeah.
in WWE, he goes to AEW, it's fine.
Yeah, he'll be with friends either way. So, okay, all of us believe it's going to be Kevin Owens winning, huh? Here we go. Seth Franklin Rollins versus Bronson Reed.
Favorite, kind of low-key, my favorite feud of
Yeah.
Raw right now.
Yeah, they've been doing a phenomenal job of them just interfering and just attacking each other randomly. And okay, so here's the one thing that WWE has done so well, and AEW just cannot control themselves: the backstage assaults. You know, when Raw starts, you have people walking. It's very sports-based presentation, right? It's like, you know, athletes walking up to the arena. If you watch basketball, they do this all the time. Oh, you know, so-and-so, he's walking from the parking lot, da da da. And so far, nobody has attacked anybody during this walk-in until recently.
Yeah.
Because these two, so it's something you don't see often. That's why it's special. Meanwhile,
love it.
AEW backstage assaults happen all the damn time.
And another thing, have you seen the sit-down interview between Bronson Reed and Adam Pearce? Like, I love how Adam Pearce is being presented. Like, he has authority, but he's always constantly fighting with his wrestlers, trying to control them. And the one thing that Bronson Reed said, like, to me, like, oh, that elevates me to him to the next level too, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing all this because I just want an opportunity. Give me the main event, give me the spotlight. Yeah, and I'll listen to you. Like, yeah, it's as simple as that.
That's
Very reasonable heel.
Yeah.
Justifiable heel action. I can't fault him for that.
See,
Yeah, you know what? Like, it almost makes me feel like if I want a promotion, I just beat up everyone
Yeah.
in my company. And I was like, why are you doing this, Fahad? I just want a promotion. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
I
that's
want to be
it.
noticed. Yeah.
In fact, that is what Carl is doing now with Hot Shot. So if it works, man.
There you go.
It works. It works.
See, this is why having an authority figure that actually is an authority figure is so important. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. They're different styles of authority figures, but they are authority figures. They are, you can see them as
They're
senior
authentic.
managers.
Authentic.
Yeah. As opposed to Tony Khan or the Bucks. Okay, let's not draw the comparisons, but you get my point.
No, I completely because like you need a certain personality to handle people, and I think you can't kowtow to people in general. You gotta even Adam Pearce feels like he could be bullied, but he's more of like, fuck, I'm still the dad here. You know, like let me.
He's scrap daddy. He is literally he's a scrappy middle manager who like you will go and fight for because he's trying to fight for you. Whereas Nick Aldis is a little bit more intimidating with big ass suits and shit like that, right?
I'm more of a politician. I like it. I like it a lot.
They have the characters down so well. All right. Who's winning this one then? This is their first sort of like big pay-per-view match, right? Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed. Obviously, they're trying to elevate Bronson Reed. And it's crazy to me that just a couple of years ago, Bronson Reed he had some really stupid gimmick when he first came up to Raw. It wasn't, was it like he was a friendly guy wearing suits?
Yeah, Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr.
I'm a
some
nice boy.
Yeah, some shit like that. And they've managed to turn him around.
I love it. I mean, that whole attack on Seth Rollins changed everything for him. And honestly, I do not know whether Seth should take the loss at this point because he just returned and blah, blah, blah. But low-key want Bronson Reed to get the victory. Low-key.
I do. I agree with what you say because I think Seth has taken a lot of losses. And even though he's one of the top stars, right, I think maybe let Bronson Reed get this one. Bronson Reed, right now, he's having his like Mark Henry Hall of Pain run.
Yeah.
And I would like to see where they can go with this. Seth Rollins, we've kind of already seen what he can do. And to be honest, right, I don't know how injured he is or isn't. Like he might still maybe like take the loss and then take more time off.
I don't know.
Wow, really? He comes back and then he leaves. So
Poor
both of you
guy.
are going for Bronson Reed. Huh?
I'm going with Bronson Reed.
Yep.
Wow. I'm trying to reason it out in my head so that I can, be the lone dissenting voice here. And
Well, the thing is, right, if let's say Seth Rollins beats Bronson Reed, right, the reason for that would be they want to establish Bronson as their mid-tier boss, and then they have main event guy come in and beat him. get over and then get back into the title scene.
The only way I see Seth winning, to be really honest, is by disqualification.
Like he has to resort to something outside of the rule book because Bronson is such a force.
Or he survived something, or like maybe he took like a crazy fall.
Yeah.
Or like he did something that, or like maybe Bronson goes crazy and just whips out a chair and starts killing him, and then like referee rings the bell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So a schmoz lah. Like
schmoz.
the match gets thrown out. See, I'm more leaning towards that the match gets thrown out. So yeah, like to your point, Seth wins because Bronson gets himself DQ'd because Bronson's crazy and he's like slashing people left, right, and center.
Yeah,
onto chairs and tables.
I agree that, and I feel like Bronson, if you put him well against like somebody like Braun Breaker in the future, that could be a great IC title feud.
Yeah.
So make Bronson that mid-tier boss of Raw.
Okay. I mean, let's not forget too, Seth's next dance partner is, and Irvin pointed this out, CM Punk. So they need to start that storyline soon, that build soon, right? I don't know where that starts. Maybe at Royal Rumble even. So maybe he does have a bit more of a runway with Bronson Reed. Maybe they could make it a best of 3 thing where, now you have a singles match, then the next match no holds barred, then maybe they finish it up in like a weapons match or some shit like that,
Yeah, I agree with those people on the chat, Zida and Irvin. Like, what result will lead it back to Punk? To be honest, I feel like Punk is still a while away. Punk can appear all the way back Royal Rumble for all I care. I think he needs the rest. So let I think Seth has enough in him to get past this feud and also build up another feud to get his momentum back. Then go to Punk.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with Seth then.
Okay.
Since you guys went with Bronson, I'm gonna go with Seth on this one. But you said it's some sort of like a desperate play and he gets disqualified, or Bronson Reed, or rather he gets a quote unquote cheap win, or Bronson Reed disqualifies himself. So
yeah, I mean I would be surprised for sure.
Now on to the 2 matches that quite honestly people care more about the interference and what will happen as opposed to the actual winner of the match. Because let's face it, the fake Crown Jewel title matches. Here we go. Liv Morgan, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Nia Jax, the SmackDown Women's Champion.
I think this one is pretty, like, for me, it's quite straightforward. I think it has to be Nia Jax.
Yeah? Established dominance?
Yeah, because Liv Morgan she can lose, you know what I mean, between the two of them.
Yeah. She doesn't need, yeah. And if Liv wins, it makes Nia look very bad. Unless Rhea, because Rhea was beat down. She had the NXT car park beat down.
I would say, I agree with Prabu. I think Nia Jax will win, but only because, like you mentioned, Rhea comes back to get revenge on cost her the match. But I think this will be the distraction that Tiffany Stratton needs.
Oh, so
Okay.
does Tiffany cash in here?
Not gonna lie, I want her to.
Yeah.
I want her to. I just feel like Tiffany is very clearly, very weird for me to say this, but wrongly categorized as a heel. I feel like she was getting this great babyface. I was there in Australia, bro. At Elimination Chamber. She was the most over girl on that show. Just run with her as the babyface, that plucky babyface trying to beat down or rise above Nia Jax.
Have they built her up in terms of sympathy though? Like, I don't know. Sometimes the crowds can be, back and forth.
No, not yet. But I would say cashing in the Money in the Bank will be an opportunity thing that she does. And then from there, she's on running mode, trying to survive Nia Jax. And then eventually Nia Jax will catch her, beat her ass down, have a crazy beat down. And then that's where her toughness shows lah.
Okay. So are we calling for cash in here?
Personally, I would.
So Nia Jax wins.
Has there been a caption at Crown Jewel before?
I don't know, but I feel like there's probably something Saudi Arabia will probably say like, hey, we want something interesting happening on our show. You know what I mean?
They already have 2 giant, hideous looking belts. But okay, so Foreign is going for Nia Jax wins, Tiffany Stratton cash in. What about you, Prabu?
I'm going for Nia Jax wins. I just want to ask, right? So if Tiffany Stratton cashes in, does she win the Saudi belt, the Crown Jewel belt?
No. She wins
SmackDown
the women's
championship. Yeah.
Fine. So I guess, I can see that. But I'm just gonna say Nia Jax wins. I'm not gonna say anything about Tiffany cashing in.
Right. Damn, I'm actually kind of like, I don't know where this is gonna go because quite honestly, like everyone says, this is a no stakes match in that. Okay.
But there's a lot of players around.
There are a
that's
lot
the
of
thing.
players. Yeah. Okay. Nia Jax wins. I'll say that. Poor. Nobody thinks Liv is going to win this.
Realistically, I mean,
There is the Raquel and Dominic factor. Like, they
Yeah,
might
yeah.
help Liv win. It's
I
interesting
heard-
because this is a heel versus heel match. if you
I
think
heard
about it.
Liv also announced on Impulsive that she also resigned a 5-year deal.
Okay.
So she's pretty sad. So I feel like somebody like her is like, oh, I'm really sad. I can take a
Whatever lah.
loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and yeah, her and Dom, they are so set already right now in terms of heat. They get heat no matter what.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, fine. Nia Jax wins, and Tiffany. I think Tiffany teases, but she doesn't cash in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think that needs a little bit more seasoning. Okay, finally, most likely the main event: Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. Oh boy, what do we think, Foreign?
Gunther versus Ronnie. Okay, talking about like those who can or cannot take a loss, right? I would say two things, right? To me, between Cody and Gunther can't take the loss at this
Yep.
point in his career.
Agree.
But how we get to it. So my idea is whatever happens in the bloodline match happens. But I kind of have a feeling that if you want to introduce The Rock, okay, I don't know how early The Rock's going to come back for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
If he wants to introduce The Rock, this is the time.
Mm.
This is the time. And when I say The Rock kind of come and interferes Cody Rhodes, right? It's not because it's to do with the bloodline. I also almost feel like The Rock wants to have like that rematch with Cody. Do it at Survivor Series. So while that's happening, and then the bloodline also have their own match.
See, I feel like Cody should just stay away from the bloodline stuff for now, but because there is one more person that could possibly interfere, and Chad has already brought him up. You know, and which
God damn it, not that guy. I was thinking somebody else. I was thinking like maybe Kevin Owens or some shit.
No,
Fuck lah, not that guy
because
lah.
they've already
Ted
had the
DiBiase Jr. is
interaction.
back.
Huh?
No, not Ted DiBiase. No.
They already teased him at Bad Blood. He was in the crowd and he had an interaction with Gunther.
Fuck lah.
So Goldberg, Chad? What are the odds of Goldberg making a return here?
Wait, you're saying Goldberg comes and interferes and beats up Gunther to give Cody the win, or the other way around?
Yeah, no, beats up Gunther lah.
So Gunther takes the loss because of
Yeah,
Goldberg. God
which
damn it.
sucks. Which could explain away him losing. You know, like take the heat away from him losing. But nobody wants to see Goldberg.
Okay, but not gonna lie, I think Gunther doesn't have a big opponent for Survivor Series. It could set up another blockbuster match at Survivor Series. Okay, Gunther and Goldberg as another one-off match. I will only be happy with that result if Gunther did what Goldberg did to Brock Lesnar.
And put him over lah.
8 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, it's a squash match. A squash match from Gunther on Goldberg instead.
Right.
That's the payoff law.
Aren't they building up to Priest versus Gunther or something? Because Priest did say something about he wants next at the belt. Something.
So
Yes,
that
he
was the other
did.
thing I wanted to bring up. Like, is Damian Priest going to be involved? But he's such a good bro guy now. He's not going to interfere.
The problem is you guys see Raw? The guy lost a main event match, number one contenders match against Dominic
Dom.
Mysterio, bro.
Yeah, poor guy, right?
So, technically Dominic is the number one contender.
Oh my god, Gunther versus Dominic.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think that is just to give us a fun, like, Gunther. Okay, you know what? Actually, I love that you brought that up because this kind of gives away the finish here, doesn't it? So now what they're going to have is Cody wins, and then Gunther the next night just annihilates Dominic, like gets to show off, like, vent his frustrations out on Dominic, essentially.
I don't hate it.
On Raw, yeah.
I don't hate it at all.
And you know what? If it takes a Goldberg distraction to have Gunther lose, I think that makes Gunther look stronger as long as he gets the win back against Goldberg.
Yeah. So like you say, right, multiple purposes. You have him lose to Cody because of Goldberg, which sets up Goldberg versus Gunther, and then Gunther gets to get the rub from Goldberg, as it were, at Survivor Series. But on Raw, you get to see Gunther just lose his shit because he lost. He's so angry. He murders poor Tom.
Poor guy. Okay, I got to wrap up the podcast. My dad is coming out to the house, so I know your parents also is waiting for you. Let's give it a finish it.
Yeah, that's the go home. So that's literally the go home.
Okay,
Okay, Foreign, who's gonna win this one?
Yeah. Now that you say it like that,
You like it, right? You like it, right?
Fuck lah. Cody Rhodes lah. Cody Rhodes. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's fucking
Cody
go.
Rhodes with Goldberg interference. Prabu, what about you?
Okay, I like the idea, but I think maybe this is too complex. I think WWE will stick with the basics. I'm gonna go with Gunther winning, Kevin Owens interfere to cost Cody the match.
Okay, there you go. All right, and you know what my take on it is already, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. So, yeah, I mean, Crown Jewel will be another great show. Another string and great shows from WWE. So, looking forward to it. Looking forward, I guess, to whatever happens on Dynamite next week, Bobby Lashley.
yes.
And one more thing. Next week, another big show on local wrestling. SPW is having their anniversary show, Crowning Glory. I want you guys to look out for it. So, we're going to have a big special guest to come on the show for that one.
Very nice. So watch this space. We'll announce things when they happen. In the meantime, though, once again, let's give a big shout out to our sponsor of the podcast. You know, keeping the lights on, Hasif_captures on Instagram. Y'all do us a favor and drop him a follow.
Yeah, for sure. Do make sure if you guys want a recap on your financial review, second opinion, do follow him. Go check out his Stay with Hasif series. If you want to have a catch up, we want to bring him to the pro wrestling community. So be sure to check him out. He'll be there for all the shows. We're gonna try to get him there for sure.
Absolutely. In the meantime, Prabu, thanks for joining us on the show once again.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Thank you. It's always good to be the objective silverback on this podcast.
Of course.
I'm filling this 3-man booth right now. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, feeling it. I think it work.
This little Prabu sandwich here.
Yeah. Happy Deepavali to you, bro.
Thank
Happy
you.
Deepavali.
Yes, happy Deepavali to everyone listening.
All right. Take
Absolutely. Care. But everybody, thank you so much for hanging out on this podcast on a different time slot, on a holiday as well. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, drop us a follow on our social media. And of course, come to the Discord so you can chat with us and, talk shit about wrestling. And once again, we have a Patreon. So if you want to take your support for the podcast to the next level, be sure to check out the Patreon. Links are all in the description. All right, chat. We're out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, it's Mr. Young.
And it's Fern in the building.
Together with the objective silverback over there. Prabu.
But see you guys. Take care.